Keep the Bible on cop. The Most High is my rock.
TK.
Rock. The Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock.
My rock.
The Most High is my rock. In the name of Messiah, the Most High is my rock. The Most High is my rock.
My rock.
The Most High is my rock. Yeah. The Most High is my rock. I keep my Bible on cop. The Most High is my rock. No time for cupcake and the cutting. Hit the streets and start cutting. The Israelites are bubbling. The Israelites are coming. I don't celebrate Thanksgiving. You can keep the stuffing. It's pagan, disdain, it's vain, it's nothing. The European Union about to hit the button. And I feel sorry for you if you think the Lord is bluffing. That's why I hit the booth and I tell the truth. Are you fishing with the truth? Homie, where's your fruit? If the Most High is your rock, don't treat him like a side piece. Come in this truth plan and treat you like a side piece. He's the God of mercy and wrath. So do you want to fly or do you
Keep the Bible on cop.
the Most High is
Shalom. Shabbat shalom. Welcome to another class here with ISBHBK. We're located here in Houston, Texas. The school address is 8524 South Brazen Boulevard. Of course, Houston, Texas. We'd like to welcome you to another Shabbat class here. Our class days and times is Mondays and Wednesdays from 7 to 9 p.m. Fridays from 6 to 8 p.m. And Saturday Shabbat morning classes from 10 a.m. to about 2 p.m. And we also got the school in Norfolk, Virginia. The address out there being 2610 Grammy Street, Norfolk, Virginia. Zip code 23517. Class days and times out there is Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 9 Eastern Time. Friday from 7 to 9 Eastern Time as well. Haven't started doing the Shabbat morning class out there as of yet. And in San Antonio, we got the school with the address being 4444 Walls Road, Suite 201, San Antonio, Texas. Zip code 78218. And also we got the school in Albuquerque, New Mexico as well. And just a reminder, we do have the Passover, the Feast of Passover coming up. It's going to be on April the 12th, 2020. Why did I say 2020? But yeah, it's coming up on April the 12th. And it's going to be on the Passover day is on the 8th, but we're going to be celebrating it on the 12th just because everybody will be able to be off that day. And people will be able to attend. So it'll be located in we're going to be hosting it in San Antonio, Texas. And the address is going to be the La Fonza Springs Event Center at 27618 Natural Bridge, Caverns Road, San Antonio, Texas, zip code 78266. And we ask that you please RSVP. If you're going to be attending, reserve your seat. And that'll be in the chat for you to be able to reserve your seat. And would like to remind brothers and sisters as well that Rashaba does the Blog Talk Radio every Tuesdays and Thursdays starting at 9:30 a.m. So, yes, man, if you'd like to catch the Blog Talk Radio in the morning, it's blogtalkradio.com/Mashaba, and it's every 9:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The school department is selling fringe shirts if you'd like to get a fringe shirt, but Israel Wear is not accepting any orders until after the Passover. If you'd like to contact one of the priests, got Priest Quatzazop to my left. His number is 303-557-8979. We also got Priest Kazakia out there in Norfolk, Virginia. His number is 281-707-2737. And also, we ask that you please support our business. The business is Sweet Ambiance. The business is Sweet Ambiance, sweetambiance.com. The flyer should be on the screen. And if you would like to send in a donation, you can send it into the Wells Fargo account number on the screen, or the Google Wallet link. That should be on the screen as well. And if you'd like to send in a donation to the schools or to the buildings or anything like that, the address, just hit us up for the addresses, and we'll give you a proper address to send it in. And
We got half the money for the lamb, so anybody that wants to help out with the lamb, you could send that to the Wells Fargo or to the Google Wallet. We got a month. We got 30 days. So I just got the notification on the Evite. 30 days for Passover, or until Passover. So whatever you like to give towards that, it's appreciated. Everyone that's given thus far, we appreciate it. If you can't give, that doesn't mean you don't show up. Toss that. Yeah, that's it for the announcements. That's it for the announcements. Remember, it is the Shabbat. So we're gonna do the opening prayers. Knock out this reading. Might try to hit these streets if it don't rain. Do it like that. All right, so let's start off with the opening prayers. Everyone rise and face the east. Dumb. Let's rise and face the east. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Kahawa'ah.
Kahawa'ah.
Nathanawa.
Nathanawa.
Awar. Zayawam.
Zayawam.
The water.
Aman.
And it's blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the light this day. Thanks, so be it. And the light is the lighting of the candles. It represents the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the Most High, the enlightenment of the Most High.
Matthew 5:16, let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Get a piece of paper and put under that. Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Kahawa'ah.
Kahawa'ah.
Nathanawa.
Nathanawa.
Rayach.
Rayach.
Rayachacha.
Rayachacha.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman.
And it's blessed are you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the sweet savor. Thanks, so be it. The sweet savor is the frankincense and myrrh. As it burns, it represents our prayers going up to the Most High. It's also a sweet smell unto the Most High. And you can read Psalms chapter 141, verse 2, where it says, let my prayer be set before thee as incense.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Barakatah Yahweh.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Bahashem Yahweh Shai.
Kahawa'ah.
Kahawa'ah.
Nathanawa.
Nathanawa.
Shabbat.
Hashabbat.
Bashalom.
Bashalom.
The water.
The water.
Aman.
Aman.
And it's blessed bless you, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai, that gives to us the Sabbath and peace. Thanks, so be it.
This is Psalms 121. Anashah.
Anashah.
Ayam yam ya.
Ayam yam ya.
Al haharyam.
Al haharyam.
Na'aya.
Na'aya.
Mabuwa'a.
Mabuwa'a.
Izaria.
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 Mabuwa'a.
Mabuwa'a.
Ma Yahweh.
Ma Yahweh.
Sha'ai Shah.
Sha'ai Shah.
Shamayim.
Shamayim.
Wa'arataza.
Wa'arataza.
La'a.
La'a.
Yamathan.
Lathan.
Lamawat.
Amawat.
Regalia.
Regalia.
Yala'a.
Yala'a.
Nawam.
Nawam.
Shasha Wamar.
Shasha Wamar.
Yasha'ala.
Yasha'ala.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Shamaria.
Shamaria.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Tazalia.
Tazalia.
Ayel.
Ayel.
Yam Yan Ya.
Yam Yam Ya.
Yad.
Yad.
Hashamash.
Hashamash.
Yala'a.
Yala'a.
Hakaya.
Hakaya.
Bayawam.
Bayawam.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Halabana.
Halabana.
Ba Layala.
Ba'layla.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamaria.
Bashamaria.
Wakal Rai.
Mukara.
Yashamar.
Yashamar.
Napashia.
Napasha.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Yashamar.
Bashamar.
Hawalakia.
Hawalakia.
Wabawa'aya.
Wabu'aya.
Wa'aidan.
Wa'idan.
Wa'aid.
Wa'ai.
Iwalam.
Iwalam.
Aman.
Aman.
This is Psalms chapter 121. Hey, Psalm. Yes, sir. Can you grab that for me? Yes, sir.
Just put it in the back.
This goes on top of it.
No, this you can just take it to the back. You ain't gotta cover it.
Gotcha. Hot water. This is Psalm chapter 121. I will lift up mine eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Yasha'Allah shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. Yahweh is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Tawada.
Tawada.
Kamyad.
Kamyad.
Aman.
Aman.
Shema Yasha'Allah.
Shema Yasha'Allah.
Yahweh Allah Hayanawa.
Yahweh Hayanawa.
Yahweh Achad.
Yahweh Achad.
Shema Yasha'Allah.
Shema Yasha'Allah.
Yahweh Allah Hayanawa.
Yahweh Hayanawa.
Yahweh Achad.
Yahweh Achad.
Shema Yasha'Allah.
Shema Yasha'Allah.
Yahweh Allah Hayanawa.
Yahweh Hayanawa.
Yahweh Achad.
Yahweh Achad.
And it's here, O Israel, the Lord our God is one.
It's the Lord's Prayer, which can be found in Matthew chapter 6 and verse 9. Abanawa.
Abanawa.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Shabbat Shemayim.
Padash.
Padash.
Haya.
Haya.
Shamka.
Shamka.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Malak Wavka.
Malak Wavka.
Taba'a.
Taba'a.
Ratazaka.
Ratazaka.
Haya.
Haya.
Aisha.
Aisha.
Ba'arataza.
Ba'arataza.
Kawa.
Kawa.
Haya.
Haya.
Bashamayim.
Bashamayim.
Lathan Lanawa.
Lathan Lanawa.
Lacham.
Lacham.
Kal.
Kal.
Yawam.
Yawam.
Basalach Nawa.
Basalach Nawa.
Habawath Nawa.
Habawath Nawa.
Hasalach Nawa.
Hasalach Nawa.
Habawath Yanawa.
Habawath Yanawa.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Abiyanawa.
Abiyanawa.
Banasaya 1.
Banasaya 1.
Abal.
Abal.
Habashai Nawa.
Habashai Nawa.
Mayan.
Mayan.
Rai.
Rai.
Kaya.
Kaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Hamalakwath.
Hamalakwath.
Waha'ala.
Waha'ala.
Wahadha Pa'arath.
Wahadha Pa'arath.
La'ai Walanyim.
La'ai Walanyim.
Aman.
Aman.
This is Matthew chapter 6 and verse 9. After this manner, therefore, pray ye, Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us of our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. Amen.
Amen.
Ha.
Ha.
Aishara.
Aishara.
Matazawa.
Matazawa.
Which is the Ten Commandments.
Number 1. La'a.
La'a.
Yahaya.
Yahaya.
Laka.
Laka.
Alahayim.
Alahayim.
Aharyim.
Aharyim.
Alpanya.
Alpanya.
Thou shalt have no other powers before me.
La'a.
La'a.
Da'aisha.
Da'aisha.
Laka.
Laka.
Pasol.
Pasol.
Wala'a.
Wala'a.
Da'aipadam.
Da'aipadam.
Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
La'a.
La'a.
Dalakwak af.
Dalakwak af.
Sham.
Sham.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashawa.
Bashawa.
Thou shalt not take the name of Yahweh thy power in vain.
Zakor.
Zakor.
Hayawam.
Hayawam.
Hashabath.
Hashabath.
Lakwadashwa.
Lakadashwa.
Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy.
Kabad.
Kabad.
Abaka.
Abaka.
Ba'amaka.
Wa'amaka.
Honor thy father and thy mother.
La'a.
La'a.
Taratazah.
Taratazah.
Thou shalt not murder.
La'a.
La'a.
Tana'ap.
Tana'ap.
Thou shalt not steal.
La'a.
La'a.
Taganab.
Taganab.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
La'a.
La'a.
Ta'aina.
Ta'ina.
Shakor.
Shakor.
Thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor.
La'a.
La'a.
Tachamad.
Tachamad.
Kol.
Kol.
Asherah.
Asherah.
Lara'aika.
Lara'aika.
Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house.
Bahasham Yahushai.
Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Tawada.
Tawada.
From Yad.
From Yad.
Aman.
Aman.
Excuse me. Yeshavi, which means to be seated.
Here you go. Here you go with that. As we do every Shabbat, those were the opening prayers. We have opening prayers, we have closing prayers. For everybody that's been joining us regularly, you guys know y'all know the program, y'all know the drill. Anybody that's new online, we got a lot of new people week to week. So we gotta kind of go through all the formalities. We do the prayers, we do them in Hebrew, we translate in English. Scripture say when you speak in an unknown language that you must translate, otherwise you sound barbarish. You sound like a barbarian. So, now we'll get into this reading. You guys been, again, with us regularly. We touch a lot of different topics when it comes to the reading. The reading has a set, it has a set little mode that is going to a set theme. But when you start dipping and diving in the spirit, man, you'll see a lot more than what the reading is themed as. So everybody's up here sniffling. It's the frankincense and myrrh.
It's definitely the frankincense.
The frankincense and myrrh gets me every time. So
It's the allergies too.
I think it's the coal that it burns on. As soon as you light it, my nose gets a little tickly feeling in the nostrils. Yeah, I hope everybody's out there. I'm gonna say one thing. Y'all know what's going on in the news. Y'all know what's going on in the world. I hope everybody's keeping clean. Remember, we were a clean people. We were a clean people. The Most High set it up where if a man or a woman had any type of what you would call communicable diseases or any type of pussing or blood, there was quarantines. There was safety precautions put in place to make sure that things didn't spread, to make sure that people weren't getting infected all around us. We hit it in class on Wednesday. Go to Ecclesiastes 7 real quick, in verse 1. Because with everything that's going around, it's easy to get into. It's easy to get into panic mode. It's easy to get into. You follow the riotous world, right? You start beating people over the face for toilet paper and cleaning supplies. You go into like Walking Dead zombie mode. There's no need to do that. There's no need to do that and panic. But we do have to be aware of what's going on. There's balance to everything. There's balance to everything, and being aware doesn't mean that you ain't got faith.
Right.
Being aware of your surroundings doesn't mean that you don't believe in the Most High. Washing your hands, first of all, you're supposed to do that regardless. All right, but you got dirty ass Edomites. You got these dirty nations that they'll poop, they'll pee, they'll use the restroom, and they'll just touch the doors and spread all their filthy disease. Right, so it's easy for things to go around. But we were always supposed to be a clean people. Remember, wisdom. Wisdom tells us to stay clean. But I just want to hit this real quick for all y'all that are fearing, scared of the coronavirus. Listen, the coronavirus ain't no different than getting pulled over by the cops.
Right.
All right, it ain't no different than any other evils that the world has to present to the Israelite man. Read that, Ecclesiastes 7 and verse 1.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 1. Do no evil, so shall no harm come unto thee.
He said, do what?
Do no evil, so shall no harm come unto thee.
Yeah, he said, do no evil, so no harm shall come to thee. Listen, you're never gonna, the plagues, the pestilence, the disease, it's always gonna be here. It's always been here. Since the beginning. Since Adam's fall. That's the condition of the battle. But he said what? Read it one more time.
Do no evil, so shall no harm come unto thee.
So that means what shall we be doing? Well, I had a good talk with a brother, and this ain't part of the reading. I'm just venting. I had a good talk with a brother from San Antonio, Dawiyad. Brother been in the truth 20 years, putting in work, grinding. And we was just chopping it up, man. Good talk the other day. And he was saying, man, this is a good time to be employed by the Father. This is a good time to be employed by the Most High. Cause guess what? Your favorite athlete, your LeBron James, Charles Barkley, all them dudes ain't got no job right now. Right? Your favorite actor, all the cats you look up to, they ain't got no job. Fast and the Furious 9 got canceled all the way till next year. Like, Vin Diesel ain't got no job. Like, all your heroes that you got on your poster in your wall, guess what? They in the unemployment line. They trying to get corona stipends. They trying to get a stimulus package. But the ones that put the Most High first, you gotta worry about that, man. The ones that put the Most High first, the ones that say, you know what? This one I'm gonna put my trust in. We gotta worry about the Most High gonna lay us off. The Most High ain't laying us off, man. We ain't getting NBA season. You can't cancel class because of diseases. Because class is gonna go on. The word of the Most High, the work is gonna still keep going forth. That's right. Right? Read it one more time.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 1.
I want this to sink in the brothers' heads and sisters' heads. Go ahead.
Do no evil.
Right?
So shall no harm.
Right. So when Esau pulls you over and you got warrants, what they gonna do?
Let you go.
They gonna do what?
They let your brother go.
Right. They gonna let you go because they're like, man, he ain't doing no evil. Most High is like, look, I'm just trying to test your faith. Right?
Yes, sir.
Esau, they ain't gonna mess with you. Coronavirus ain't gonna mess with you. Follow the law. That's what the law is here for. To keep you away from this filth. They talking about stay over there spraying down China with all types of disinfectant. Nigga, they still eating back.
Right.
I don't care how much you disinfect China every 2 days. They gonna still get it. But they eat back.
Right.
I don't care how much you disinfect the world. Niggas are still eating pork.
Right.
Shrimp, crab, lobster. So it don't matter. You can disinfect the streets all day. You can wash your hands. But if you put in and touching defiled things, you gonna get that defilement.
Right.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? I'm glad you brought that out because our people's worried about the coronavirus more than they're worried about eating pork, the shrimp, the crab, the lobster. They worried about catching the coronavirus, and they ain't thinking like, bruh, you finna have diabetes.
First of all, the black man's coronavirus is diabetes and hypertension. Y'all niggas been had coronavirus. It's just so long term, and it's through generations. Y'all don't see it. Y'all gotta wake up. Read it one more time, please.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Do no evil.
Right?
So shall no harm come unto thee.
Read verse 2.
Depart from the unjust.
Wait, what did he say?
Depart from the unjust.
No, join unto them.
Depart from the unjust.
All you brothers and sisters trying to run up under America, this is an unjust nation. This place is going to be destroyed. Y'all think that because they closing down schools and they quarantining people that it's over?
No.
This is the beginning of the perils. Go read Matthew 24. You can read Psalms 91 also all day, right? But go read Matthew 24 what Yahweh Shai said about the beginning of the end. We still in the beginning. Brothers ain't even getting persecuted for teaching the Bible yet. You barely you think persecution because you couldn't pay your little light bill, your water bill. They extending light bills and water bills now because of this. They extending that, so ain't nobody's lights getting cut off and things like that. We barely getting persecuted for teaching the word. So this is just the beginning. This is gonna pass, and then the next thing is gonna pop up, and the next thing is gonna pop up. But what are you gonna be doing? Catching diseases that the unjust are catching the same plagues of the unjust. If we were attached to Egypt during that time, guess what happened? You was in darkness just like them. You got locusts and flies and water of blood, just like them. But he said what? Read it one more time.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 2.
Right?
Depart from the unjust.
Go ahead.
And iniquity shall turn away from thee.
This is how we get iniquity out of our lives, man. You don't want that corona flu? Well, depart from the unjust. Depart from the unjust. Go ahead.
Can I get Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 12? Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 12.
And somebody else give me Ephesians 5 and verse 15, and then we're going to jump into the reading.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9 and verse 12. Who got it?
Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 12.
But see, this right here is why you have to separate yourself like the scripture says. This is why you have to depart from the unjust. Go ahead.
For man also knoweth not his time.
It's bruh, none of us know our time. None of us know when Yahweh Shai is coming back. But if you go out before Yahweh Shai come back, you don't know when you're going to go out. I can go out tomorrow. Any of us can go out tomorrow or right now. So you don't know your time. Go ahead.
As the fishes that are taken in an evil net.
Yeah, just like a fish. They in the water, they swimming, they going about their business. Next thing you know, they trapped in the net.
It's
That's
an evil net.
an evil net.
It's an evil net. That's how we get caught up, man. We get caught up in that evil net of curiosity. I wonder what that bat tastes like. I wonder what, man, that pork, that look good. That baconator. Oh man, that running around hitting all types. That looks fun. That menage a trois. That looks good. That coke. Damn, I wonder what that feels like. Damn, that weed. Damn, that smells great. Niggas be, oh my God, that contact high. Wonder what that feels like. You get caught up in that evil net. Go ahead.
And as the birds that are caught in the snare.
Tell them where you at.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 12.
Ecclesiastes in the Bible.
So are the sons of men snared in an evil time. When
Read
it
that part
fallen
again.
from the top.
Read it from the top.
From the top. Yes, sir.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 12.
Go ahead.
For man also knoweth not his time.
Go ahead.
As the fishes that are taken in an evil nets.
Go ahead.
And as the birds that are caught in the snare.
You know what's funny about what you're mentioning? If you pay attention to the world right now, you could just see how Yahweh Shai is making this. He's about to be coming back. Just think, man, everything is so bad. Like the women are so gone. The women are so gone. Like, so if you want to commit adultery, if you want to get yourself caught up with these women, it's so easy. Because they're gone. If you wanna defile yourself with the food, it's so easy because it's there. You wanna do drugs, it's easy. It's there. Think about it. If you walk to the corner store, you say what's up to a brother, they be like, man, I got that fire, I got that gas. It don't matter where you at. They like, I got that gas. You like, what?
And that'll happen to you 3-4 times in one walk.
Yeah. Bro, I walk to the restroom in the mall. Somebody in there taking using the restroom. They like, I got that gas. I'm like,
You talking about the gas, like the fart gas? You can't yell at me, you got the gas and you want to stall. Come on, man, it's law. People are retarded.
on a serious note, it's like, it's so, Satan is making everything just so presentable to you.
Right.
It's like when Yahweh Shai, man, when he was fasting 40 days and 40 nights, and it said he was afterward and hungry. Satan was like, bro, just turn that stone into bread. Look, the stone is right there. Turn it into bread. Eat it.
Right.
Satan is making it like that. So more and more, you have to be on top of yourself.
God.
Because Satan, he coming down with wrath. So if he's coming down with wrath, then you can't function in the way that you're functioning. You got to turn up too, and make sure that you're on point. Because if not, bruh, you're gonna get caught by that net.
Read it again. I like that.
Ecclesiastes chapter 9 verse 12. For man also knoweth not his time, as the fishes that are taken in an evil net,
Right.
and as the birds that are caught in the snare, so are the sons of men snared in an evil time.
Right. So what do you got to be doing in this evil time? Go to Ephesians 5:15.
God.
What do we got to be doing in this evil time? Ephesians 5:15. Read.
Ephesians chapter 5 verse 15.
Go ahead.
See then that ye walk circumspectly.
That you do what?
Walk circumspectly.
That you do what?
Walk circumspectly.
What does that mean? If I'm walking circumspect, I'm watching.
Right.
Checking out the surroundings.
I'm checking out what's going on around me.
Head on swivel.
But this is the thing also. I also got people that's watching my back.
God.
So what does that mean? I got to unify. This is the time. Listen, if y'all thought that the time for being isolated and being by yourself was now, you're tripping. This ain't the time to be by yourself, to be ununified and unequally yoked.
Right.
This is the time for unity, man.
Right.
Y'all see what's going on?
God.
Read on.
Not as fools.
Not as what?
Not as fools.
Yeah, because a lot of people think that, oh, I'm fine by myself. I can do all better by myself. And we talk about it all the time. I don't want to beat a dead horse. Read on.
But as wise.
But as what?
But as wise.
Yeah, there's wisdom in unity. There's wisdom in watching and walking circumspectly. Read.
Redeeming the time.
Like doing what?
Redeeming the time.
Doing what?
Redeeming the time.
See, Israel don't like to redeem the time. The only time Israel want to redeem the time is, it's turn up time. It's party time, club time, barbecue time, this time, Christmas time, birthday time, 4th of July time. The times are what? Read.
Because the days are evil.
The days are what?
Are evil.
Right. But that's how, just like a fish snared in an evil net, our people get snared in these evil days. Our people don't watch. It's about being aware. If a nigga standing next to me coughing his brains out, guess what I'm doing? I'm exiting the vicinity. Right? You got all the faith in the world, it ain't gonna stop you. Like, let's be real about it. Look at the idiot Utah Jazz player that was like, oh yeah, let me just, he was he was walking around coughing on people's stuff. They said that before they diagnosed him, this nigga was walking around purposely, and they got him on video doing it. He was touching all stuff on purpose. He was coughing on purpose, making a mockery. He was mocking, and what happened? He got sick. Now all his teammates hate his ass. They ready to kill this dude. They said it's a good thing that they don't got to see each other.
Right.
Because they are ready to put this dude in the grave for getting them sick.
Wow.
So if I'm standing in a public place and somebody is damn near losing a lung next to me, guess what? Guess what? What you gonna be like? The Nigerian pastors? Yeah, let me walk into a lion's den to show the faith of the Most High. He said, don't tempt the Most High. So you better walk circumspect and see who's not washing their hands, who's blowing their nose just in the air. You got Moab, they'll blow their nose in the air.
Yeah.
Just spitting everywhere, spreading disease. You got people out here doing it on purpose.
Right.
Coughing on ATM machines and coughing on elevator buttons. Coughing on the little pad inside Walgreens where you got to sign your name, slide your card. You got to put your card in, then type your PIN. You better clean your fingertips. It said redeeming the time because the days are evil. Niggas is evil too, man. So all I'm saying is, yes, we got to pray. We got to have faith. We got to believe in the Most High. But the scriptures say, depart from evil, no harm shall hit you. But it also says to walk circumspect. You have to know your surroundings. You got to watch your children.
So like even right now, if you look at your recommended videos,
Mine is all rap.
It's like ain't no Israelites being recommended anymore.
Right.
So
Oh,
definitely hit that thumbs up.
Is it the up next?
Yeah, that's
Nah,
huge.
well, look, I got boom. I
Okay.
got boom.
Well, you got two of them. You
I got
usually
us.
mine is full.
I got a lot of Baptist stuff coming up on mine.
Yeah, like I'm getting like nothing but gospel preachers and all this stuff that I usually that I don't listen to. T. Jakes, Joel, I'm getting all that. I don't listen to none of that.
I get
So
that ain't what I'm getting.
Plenty of garbage.
Yeah, make sure you hit the like button. Share the video. So where we at? We in Exodus 30. Yeah, we gotta take care of our health also, man. We gotta start eating better. All those snacks and dainty things, bro. All that sugar. I have to cut that sugar out of my diet. All them carbs and stuff, starch. Nah.
I was I was just talking to somebody the other day about the being clean.
Right.
Look, wash your hands thoroughly. Then you're around a whole lot of people. You work at a hotel, and then you coming around, folks. You really expose a lot of people working at a hotel. And this person told me, "Oh man, you worried about that virus coming around? The Lord protected me." I said, "Whoa, hold it, brother, hold it."
The Lord only protects those that depart from evil.
I understand that the Lord protecting us, bro. But have you ever heard about to not tempt the Lord thy God?
Yeah.
I know the most I can stop a train. But you think I must jump in front of it?
Nope.
It's gonna be a grease spot.
It said
It's
don't
gonna be a
tempt.
big old grease spot.
It said don't tempt the Most High.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna jump in front of a damn train.
Thank you.
That's good now.
You know, so what's it? You're not making no sense to me by saying that. All I'm saying is keep your hands clean. You don't have to, but don't come around me. Let's put it like that then. Don't come around me. You know, because you around a whole lot of people in a hotel,
Right.
and if you being
unclean.
thank you, unclean like that,
Right.
you don't come around me. Because I'm very cautious of that.
Right.
I've always been like that. My parents taught me that. So it's not nothing new to me. It was, what makes me laugh too is how they telling everybody, wash your hands. I thought that was a natural thing for you.
That's what I do. My hands stay ashy because
Yeah.
it's funny because I be in the mall working, and we sell oils in the mall, and people be looking like, they'll ask me like, "You sell oils? Why is your hands ashy?" I'm like, "Cause I wash my hands like 50 times a day. I don't play. I'm touching people with your sweaty palms. I'm about to go wash my hands. Alcohol and spray down ain't enough for me. I gotta go get soap and water all the way up to the elbows.
Right.
The elbows be ashy because you gotta wash your hands, man.
Right.
But we just read it. The Most High, listen. Like I said, man, if you eating bad, you eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, you thinking wrong, the Most High ain't protecting you. You might not get corona, but you're gonna get something else.
Right.
Diabetes is a plague also. Hypertension, high blood pressure, those are plagues.
It is.
Cancer, that's a plague. AIDS is a plague. Niggas be like, "Oh, God is with me. I got AIDS and I survived." Nah, nigga. It's a plague. Most High ain't with that. He got you that to wake your ass up.
He'll take it away from you.
If you miss one medication, bro, you in the grave. You gonna die of a flu.
Right.
You're gonna die of a common cold. So we again, it's about keeping the wisdom, keeping the law, unifying with each other, loving the Most High with all our heart, loving your neighbor as yourself, keeping this law, keeping the feast days, and the Most High, He'll protect us.
God.
Yeah, I had this friend, when I first got him, I was trying to tell him about the swine and stuff like that. And he told me, "Well, I go to church. And about 2 months later, his legs was this big.
Yeah, because diabetes swelled him up.
Big.
Yeah, because church ain't saving us, man. We gotta stop it.
Not
Pastor ain't saving you because he's telling you
No,
to
he not.
eat all the filthy things. Anyway, he
Right.
ain't telling you to stop.
Right.
If he ain't doing it, he ain't telling us to stop. So
Right.
he's not telling us to keep the law.
God.
Somebody else had their hand
Yeah.
up.
No, I was just going what Ronnie was saying. I was just telling my real dad this morning that hey, I'm already dealing with enough stuff. I don't need bed bugs, wild bugs, chill bugs. I don't need none of this stuff, man.
Right.
I'm a type 2 diabetic, but what I do, I eat the way I know I'm supposed to eat. So it's control. It's under full control. I'm not dealing with any complications from it.
Right.
Like I see a lot of other people. You know, I had, you know, the most thing they're concerned about when you get diabetes is kidneys and heart. You know, kidneys functioning great. I even had a test ran on in the cardiologist had them tell me, man, for you to be a diabetic, your heart look great. You know, and I just smiled inside and said, I'll pray to the Most High. You know, because it's Him. But like I told my rib, I said, hey, that's a punishment on my behalf, on my bad eating and my hard-headedness and my disobedience as a young man coming up. So the Most High had to, you know, He allowed something to be put on my behind to slow me down.
That's it.
And it did wake me up a whole lot. Now, the truth is a whole different story. I didn't come into the truth right after I got there, but I tell you what it did do, it made me slow down and say, you know what, I need to stop the way I'm acting.
Right.
You know? So then I leveled off to another, you know, to another level when I found out about this truth. You know, when I started reading, I was saying, you know what I told my rib? I said, I'm finna stop going to this church because how come this man not talking about this in Acts 7 and 5, where the Lord told Abraham that your seed gonna be to a land where they're gonna be mistreated 400 years. I started thinking, I said, that sounds like cuss.
Right.
So that's what made me begin to start, you know, thinking on my own. And then what really killed it was this, and I'm gonna let her get with the reading. What really killed me was this. When I took me and my rib was having a discussion about tithes and all that kind of stuff when we was going to church.
Right.
So I said, well, now we need to take care of this rent. She said, well, babe, nah, we pay the tithes. I said, no. She said, well, let's talk to the priest. I said, well, let's go talk to the pastor. So we went to the pastor. Y'all already know where I'm going on. I told him, I said, Pastor, we want to talk to you about something. He said, sure, brother, son, come on, sit down. I said, we want to know this. My wife keep talking about we need to pay the tithes first, then worry about the rent later. I feel like I should pay my rent first, then come with what I got. Well, Brother Samson, she's right. You should pay those tithes first, and the Lord will take care of that rent. Now, the Lord already gave me the opportunity to take care of my rent.
Right.
What are you talking about? And he said, well, no, you should pay that. So I got up. I said, well, I'm gone. She's sitting there. Says, you coming or what? You want him to get you right on? But I'm gone. Okay? And I never went back again.
God. Yeah. Right. He gave me the opportunity. Right. God. All right, let's jump in here. First reader.
You did what?
Versions is on.
I can come up last.
Hold on. No. Lewis. Come on.
No, you could.
Right, don't clown me. Gatorade. Don't clown. I don't need no Gatorades, all right? Go ahead.
Lewis, Shabbat Shah, Yehowadah, Bon, Yasharallah.
Lewis, Shabbat Shah, Yehowadah, Ban Yashahada, Amending, Barak,
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Brakatham.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Brakatham.
Great, bro.
Better wake up, man. Sorry if I was putting on shadow in the description, but. Oh, did you put the Sabbath reading in there?
In the identificate text?
In the description? So they know what we going on?
Oh, yeah, I don't know if you want me to leave it up, cause I'm about to leave. Y'all going to the next, you know what I'm saying, discussion, like, it's not gonna, unless you can change it.
What do you mean?
Like, I didn't put up, I mean, like a reading, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, let's throw it in there.
just throw it in there.
Yeah, you got it. It's all good. Bro, stop. Just say it. I got time for that. Because I don't want you to mess it up. Just leave it.
Hey, you're right though.
Yeah, you get a budget and we all blind. Be your fault. Where we at?
Exodus chapter 30.
Listen, man, I think it don't matter what I think. Go ahead. Go ahead, read that. Where we at? Exodus 30 and 11?
30 and 11.
Right, so when we went through Exodus last week, who was here? Who was here last week? Ricardo, what did we go over?
We're going over
Quick recap. What did we do? What did we read about in Exodus?
that we're building on the temple,
Right?
right? And
What else? What did he command Moses for Aaron and his sons to wear?
the garments, they have the priestly garments and everything.
Right. The priestly garments, right? He went through all the different parts of the garment,
Right.
the construction of the garment, right? The Urim and the Thummim, the breastplate, right? The breastplate with the chains and
Right.
different stones, Israel's name carved into the stones.
Right.
He went through all the, right, it was meticulous, the intricacies
God.
of this garment. This wasn't this nigga sagging their pants,
Right. God.
right? Like go get the Versace fit, go get the Medusa heads
Right.
with the double G's and the double C's, right? And let your drawers show.
Right.
These were priestly garments that the priests wore. Aaron and his sons, they wore. Why? To fulfill when they were doing the priesthood, when they were doing their duty.
Right.
This is what they had to wear. You couldn't walk up in there with your drawers hanging, with your drawers showing. Couldn't walk up in there with tight jeggings on and you know I'm gonna just chill. You know I'm gonna just walk up in there with my bunny slippers like niggas do in the mall. Got grown ass men walking around with pink bunny slippers, SpongeBob slippers. Couldn't walk up in doing the priest's job in bunny slippers, man. The Most High appointed. You got to see how the Most High works. He appointed things for a function. Everything the Most High gave us had a function, and it was really for us to minister to Him,
God.
and for us to minister to the people. And you had to look the part. If a dude walks around with a lab coat and a stethoscope, what you gonna assume he is?
Doctor.
A doctor, right? Can't walk around with a badge and a gun. You automatically gonna think he's what? A cop. Right?
Right.
Or security, whatever, some type of law enforcement. So you had to dress the part to play the part. The garment also had functions. It had the bells for the priest, right?
Right.
To make that noise, so that he would be heard going through the temple. He also had a string attached to his foot, a rope,
Right.
in case he dropped dead. Them bells start ringing. The next man wasn't gonna be dumb enough to walk up in there, so let's pull him out. Right? We can't walk in there because
Wow. Yeah.
remember, if the priests had any iniquity in them,
Right.
if they had any filth going into the holies of holies in them, they would drop dead. Them bells will stop ringing. Right?
Right.
Like you know how people say my name ring bells? The Most High's name was ringing bells and stopping bells. He stopped them bells from chiming. You heard them bells stop, you're like, oh. Another one bites the dust. Right? Pull him out. But it shows you, man, you couldn't go in there with no filth on your mind. You couldn't go sacrifice for yourself and for the people, thinking about how you was going to pleasure your rib that day. Or how you was going to pleasure somebody else's rib.
Right.
Or some covetous spirit. You couldn't have these demons on you, man. You couldn't have these thoughts in your head. Anger. I hate this nigga. Or I'm grudging with this brother. You think the priest could grudge anybody? Nah, you couldn't go in there. You couldn't go in the temple with that.
No.
Or else you wasn't going to make it out alive.
God.
All right? So those are the things that we went over in Exodus concerning the priests, their garments. Aaron, it was Aaron and his sons.
Right.
It was Aaron and his sons. Most High told Moses, remember, Most High gave Moses the instruction on the garments, the temple, the Ark of the Covenant, and that 40-day, 40-night fast on Mount Sinai that Moses took. All right, so we're going to hit Exodus 30 and 11. We're going to hop into 1 Kings 18, deal with Elijah. Real good story with Elijah. I always like reading about Elijah. Elijah was cold. Elijah was cold. He was cold, man. Right? Talking about faith. We got Elijah, and then we're going to jump into Corinthians and deal with Paul's expounding on what Moses was going through and dealing with the people. Right? So we where we at?
Shalom, Israel.
Shalom.
Khan. All right. Exodus chapter 30, verse 11.
It's a beautiful time.
Khan. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, When thou takest the sum of the children of Israel after their number, then shall they give every man a ransom for his soul unto the Lord.
Right, go ahead.
When thou number them, that there be no plague among them when thou numberest them.
Right, so now we know this is where David went off. It said that Satan, when you read in what was it, Kings? It's in Kings and Chronicles.
I got the one in Kings.
You got the one in Chronicles.
My bad. I got the one in First Chronicles.
First Chronicles chapter 21 and 1.
Yes, sir. It says, I'll read it real quick. It says, and Satan stood up against Israel.
Right.
And provoked David.
The tempter. Just like how Satan stood up against Yahushai and tried to tempt Yahushai.
Right.
Tempted David. David was going through some things. It was time for battle. He's like, man, I got to get some numbers up. I got to see what it's looking like.
Right.
Now, normally, all we numbered was the number of men that were going to fight in the military. But David did what? Read.
And provoked David to number Israel.
He numbered the whole nation. The Most High said, nah, you're not supposed to number the nation because we were supposed to be as the sand of the sea. Now, if you put a number to the nation, we're no longer, the sand of the sea is innumerable. Right? You can't count that. But when you start numbering the people, you start putting a cap. Most High didn't want that. Go ahead.
Verse 2. And David said to Joab and to the rulers of the people, go, number Israel from Beersheba, even to Dan, and bring the number of them to me, that I may know it. And Joab answered, the Lord make his people 100 times so many more as they be.
Remember, Joab was right under David.
Right.
And so Joab is advising David like, whoa, hold up. No, this ain't right. Most High said he numbered the people what?
100 times so many more as they be.
Right, he got them 100 times so many more as they be. Second Chronicles 21 and 1. Yeah. Go ahead, read on.
But my lord the king, are they not all my lord's servants?
Right.
Why then doth my lord require this thing? Why will he be a cause of trespass to Israel? Nevertheless, the king's word prevailed against Joab. Wherefore Joab departed and went throughout all Israel and came to Jerusalem. And Joab gave the sum of the number of the people unto David. And all they of Israel were 1,000 and 1,000 men that drew sword.
Wow. That's like 1,000 times 1,000 times 1,000 times 1,000. Wow. Go ahead.
And Judah was 410,000 men that drew sword. But Levi and Benjamin counted he not among them, for the king's word was abominable to Joab.
The king's word was abominable. Why? Because Joab was doing the right thing and saying, wait, we're not supposed to number. You still looking at where we at?
You said
Second Chronicles chapter 21 and verse, what verse you at now?
That was the end of verse 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, First Chronicles.
That's what.
First Chronicles.
Oh no, I'm not.
Oh, my bad. First Chronicles.
Yeah.
My bad.
Okay. No,
Did I say second?
Yeah.
I'm turning.
I thought you telling somebody else to get another.
No, my bad. That's my fault.
That's all right.
Because I'm looking at 2 Samuel.
Yeah.
The story is in 2 Samuel also.
Gotcha.
And I'm looking at Khan. I do that. A little bit of
No problem.
moving fast. But you see that the word was abominable. Why? Because Joab knew. Joab knew the law. So did David. It wasn't that David didn't know the law. David was just moving. David was moving out of the spirit.
Right.
Okay? So what happened when you read down, where's it at? I just want to get.
I'm like,
So the Lord,
That was in verse 6.
that was in the verse 6.
Yes, sir.
Jump down to where the Most High smacks David up a little bit. What verse is it?
Verse 7.
Go ahead.
Verse 7. And the Most High was displeased with this thing. Therefore he smote Israel. And David said unto the Most High, I have sinned greatly, because I have done this thing. But now I beseech thee, do away with the iniquity of thy servant, for I have done very foolishly. And the Lord spake unto Gad, David's seer, saying, Go and tell David, saying, Thus saith the Lord, I offer thee 3 things. Choose thee one of them, that I may do it unto thee. So Gad came to David, and said unto him, Thus saith the Lord, choose thee, either 3 years famine, or 3 months to be destroyed before thy foes, while that the sword of thy enemies overtake thee.
So he was like, listen, you're going to get 3 more no matter what. I ain't going to.
In the land, and the angel of the Lord destroying throughout all the coasts of Israel. Now
So
therefore,
imagine the Most High to say, you know what, I'm going to send Yahweh Shai or Michael to wipe y'all out.
that's scary.
Wow.
He said the sword of the Lord,
God.
That's scary.
right?
God,
Sheesh.
Now what and what does it say in Psalms about the sword of the Lord? He said that he used the wicked.
Right.
So the wicked is the sword of the Most High,
damn.
right? Or pestilence or an angel.
God.
So the Most High had 3 choices. I'm going to send a wicked nation, I'm going to send pestilence, or I'm going to send an angel. David ain't, listen, I don't care how mighty David was. Because when he saw Michael, he was, he paused.
God.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Because he knew what was up. You're not going to fight an angel. Every man that had some sense in his head, when they saw the angel, they bowed down,
Right.
dipped their face in that dirt.
Absolutely.
Brown nose, right? Nose was in that dust. Showing obeisance. That's all it really was just showing respect.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
Now therefore, advise thyself what word I shall bring again to him that sent me.
Right?
And David said unto Gad, I am in a great strait. Let me fall now into the hand of the Lord.
Go ahead.
For very great are his mercies.
See, at least David was like, let me just deal with the Most High because he got mercy. He gonna whoop me, but he's not gonna destroy me. Like wicked men, look at Esau. They ain't got no mercy. Right? Look at what do you say, famine?
Yeah.
That would have destroyed the people and everybody else would have been affected.
Right.
So at least David was like, you know what? Let me take on some of that blow. Go ahead.
But let me not fall into the hand of man.
Right?
My.
So the Lord sent pestilence upon Israel, and there fell of Israel 70,000 men.
Right. Go ahead.
And the Most High sent an angel unto Jerusalem to destroy it.
Go ahead.
And as he was destroyed, the Lord beheld, and he repented him of the evil.
Right.
And said to the angel that destroyed, It is enough.
Right.
Stay now thine hand. And the angel of the Lord stood by the threshing floor of Ornan, the Jebusite. And David fell, and David lifted up his eyes and saw the angel of the Lord stand between the earth and the heaven,
Right.
having a drawn sword in his hand,
Right.
stretched out over Yashar'alah.
Go ahead.
Then David and the elders of Israel, who were clothed in sackcloth, fell upon their faces. And David said unto Yahweh, Is it not I that commanded the people to be numbered? Even I it is that have sinned and done evil indeed. But as for these sheep, what have they done? Let thine hand, I pray thee, O Lord, my power, be on me and on my father's house, but not on thy people, that they should be plagued.
Right. So remember, the Most High he wasn't playing. He wasn't playing with David because David was supposed to know better.
Right.
So David got hit a few times by the Most High, but the one thing about David, if you see, he repented quick. He repented before he even got hit with the evil. So that's why it wasn't as hard of a blow as it could have been, because he repented quick. And David spake to the Lord when he saw the angel that smote the people and said, Lo, I have sinned unwittingly, but these sheep have they done right against me. Right. So y'all see that, right? Jump back.
You know what I was gonna say too, man. I remember when I read this a long time ago, right? And I was thinking to myself, you know, when the Most High gave 3 choices, it was like 3 years of famine, 3 months to be destroyed by your foes, or 3 days by the Most High sword. So I was thinking like, oh yeah, he picked the 3 days because it's just 3 days. You only got to deal with it for 3 days.
Yeah.
But
But it was an angel.
Bro.
but you know, I'm looking at, okay, it's 3 months compared to 3 years compared to 3 days. I was like, oh yeah, he chose it because it was just 3 days. But you know, that's just the carnal mind thinking. When you really look into it, you know, David is saying, nah, the Most High has mercy. So it's like it shows
And
the
think about
different
it.
levels, man.
70,000 people died in 3 days of this pestilence.
Yeah.
Then the angel came and started killing more people.
Right.
So that wasn't a light blow. They did more destruction with the pestilence and the angel, whatever angel it was, than probably what any enemy could have done to David at the time.
Right.
Just jump back to Exodus.
Wow.
My.
Exodus chapter 30.
He said David owned up to and took responsibility for his actions, unlike Trump did yesterday. I didn't even listen to Trump's little whack speech. I listened to like 5 little soundbite, little 5-minute soundbite, just to see him just fumble over his words and sound retarded. He sounds worse than Bush. He sounds worse than Bush. When he was talking about how much money they were going to give, he was like, "That's he's trying to use a big word and use the word out of context and use it out of tense. It was weird. I was like, and his guys is behind him and they're just standing there like, yeah, we know he's dumb. We know he's stupid as hell.
All of them got the corona.
They try to hold.
They need to have it.
They try to hold in their laugh.
Yeah.
Like whatever you talk.
I would. I'll just laugh in the background. Like,
Yeah, I would. I'll check on
this
him.
guy's dumb. Anyway, let's jump back.
Exodus chapter 30, verse 13. This they shall give, every one that passeth among them that are numbered, half a shekel after the shekel of the sanctuary. A shekel is 20 gerahs, and half shekel shall be the offering of the Lord. Every one that passeth among them that are numbered from 20 years old and above shall give an offering unto the Lord. The rich shall not give more, and the poor shall not give less than half a shekel when they give an offering unto the Lord, to make an atonement for your souls. And thou shalt take the atonement money of the children of Israel, and shalt appoint it for the service of the tabernacle of the congregation, that it may be a memorial unto the children of Israel before the Lord, to make an atonement for your souls. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Thou shalt also make a laver of brass, and his foot also of brass, to wash withal. And thou shalt put it between the tabernacle of the congregation and the altar, and thou shalt put water therein. And Aaron and his sons shall wash their hands and their feet direct.
So, check this out. I was just looking at this. So they were saying that, okay, a sanctuary shekel would then equal 0.4 of an ounce of gold, or 12 grams. For those, based on the price of gold, that's 50. What is that? 50,000 per gram? No, that can't be right. Hold
Close
up.
to a half ounce.
No, that's 2015. That's not right. Let's see here. Gold. Okay, so 1 shekel is equal to 12 grams. How much is a gram of, okay, check this out. The worth of 12 grams of gold. Let's see here. I guess it's different. 1 gram gold bar. Whoa.
12. How many ounces?
Cheap. Oh, it's right. Check this out. It's right. So 10 grams is $491. Right? So you're talking about anywhere, add 2 more grams, talking about $700. Divide that in half. That was about $350 per man at that time. About that half a shekel was about $350 per person. That's what you had to. That's all you had to come up with to redeem your soul. Oh man, that's why the Most High said if you was poor, that's what you was gonna give. If you was rich, that's what you was gonna give. Right? That's what it kind of worked out to. Go ahead, read on. Was that it?
La.
Oh.
It's going 31 to 11.
What verse are you at now?
Exodus chapter 30, verse 20.
Right. I know. Go ahead.
When they go into the tabernacle of the congregation, they shall wash with water.
They shall do what?
Wash with water.
They shall do what?
Wash with water.
See that cleanliness?
God.
See how no matter what, listen, in the front of the temple before you went in, it was commanded that there was running water to wash your feet, wash your hands, wash your face. Because you couldn't walk up in there filthy, man. Who took the custom?
Islam.
The Muslims. They took the custom. Now they wash their hands before they pray 5, 6, 8 times a day. They wash their hands because why? They took that from us. They took that custom from us. Now they wash. You got. It's funny. I seen something online. It was like it said, "What gene does the black man have that he ain't catching coronavirus?" Somebody said hygiene. Right? But this was something that we did from the ancient times. Like washing your hand wasn't supposed to be something foreign. Keeping clean wasn't foreign. Before the priest walked in, you couldn't just walk into the temple, throw on the garment. You had to wash up. Like, remember when your mama, when you came in from outside, what's the first thing she said you go do? Wash your hands. Right? You got some people, man, they'll go work, you'll be outside in the world. This is the one pet peeve. I got a few. But the one thing I do not condone, you ain't gonna come like my son, little kids. Remember, the scriptures say foolishness is bound in the heart of a child. Little kids will run around outside, they'll play, they'll run around the house, and then they come try to sit on top of the bed. They'll come sit on the bed, bro. I be running my son off like, nah, get your ass off that bed. Don't sit on no bed. Don't sit on no couch with your outside clothes. With your dirty body, your dirty clothes. I don't care. When you got the outside clothes on, those things go in the hamper. You go shower up, and then you can sit on the bed. But see, it's the same principles that we're reading here back with the priests. You didn't just come from dealing with a woman or your cow or whatever, and you just, I gotta go do my job. Like Esau. You watch the movies with Esau? He'll bang his rib, bang some random woman, get a phone call, right? And out the door. It ain't no shower. It ain't nothing.
No shower,
no brushing his teeth. They'll wake up in the morning, kiss each other. I'm like, you niggas just slept all night.
In the bed, smoking a cigarette.
What about the morning breath? You mean to tell me ain't no morning breath in the movies?
Right.
They do that in real life. You wake up, talk about,
Yeah.
like, bro, you got morning breath. Chill. Go brush. That's the first thing you need to do when you wake up. Brush your damn teeth. My son, again, kids, man. The first thing that I tell my son, go brush your teeth. Go get that funk out of your mouth. Go wash your face. Get that stench off you. You'd be surprised what the body does when it's sleeping. The filth that it emits. You fart in your sleep, burp, all that nastiness, right? And then you want to come kiss up? Nah, bruh. We're gonna go wash that out. We're gonna go rinse with some peroxide. I don't play them games. But what it did was kept us from getting things, these communicable diseases, these filthy diseases that would go around. This is what prevented us, man. Again, they got China spraying down the whole city 3-4 times a day. Nigga, if you eat bat, I don't care how many times you disinfect with Lysol. If you eat pork, I don't care how many times you wash your hands. If you eat shrimp, crab, lobster, if you eat an alligator, if you eat possum, I don't give a damn how many times you wash your hands. you're not gonna stop the disease. If you think unclean, guess what? You're gonna call that filth to you. Right? Read on.
That they died not.
That they what?
That they died not.
That they what?
That they died
What
not.
verse are you at?
Verse Exodus chapter 30, verse 20.
Right?
Second precept.
Read it from the top. Watch this.
On the top. When they go into the tabernacle of the congregation,
Right?
they shall wash with water.
Right?
That they die not.
You see that? The Most High said, clean yourself so you don't die. Read on.
Or when they come near to the altar
Right?
to minister,
Right?
to burn offerings made by fire unto the Lord.
Right?
So they shall wash their hands and their feet.
Read.
That they die not.
Now, let's be honest. Was washing your hands going to really keep you clean? Like prevent you from death? No, remember when you read in Hebrews, it said diverse washings of pots and hands. And listen, it wasn't about that. It was about the conscience at the end of the day. Right? But there had to be some type of physical representation.
That is right.
We had running water at the temple entrance. When you read about the construction, there was running water. There had to be running water to keep disease and germs out. Sitting water, what you get? Mosquitoes, you get bacteria, all different types of filth. Huh? Tadpoles, right. You got trying to wash in tadpole water. We ain't messing with that. So the Most High wanted to keep us clean. Remember, we couldn't even poop. You couldn't even poop in the camp. Right? Because why? I'm walking around, I'm gonna step in a poop pile. That smell is just gonna overtake the camp. He said, go outside, right? Dig you a hole, drop it, cover. And what happened? It's biodegradable. But it's only biodegradable if you ate right. You know that, right? Like horses, like cows. It only would be biodegradable if you ate right. It wouldn't affect things around you. Well, horses, you know why I say cows? Because
horses chew the cud also.
they chew the cud also, but I'm saying
cud, but they weren't close.
But the reason why I'm saying cows is because when you get your E. coli and all that stuff, and then people eat the cows, you get that because they fed the cow wrong things, like corn. Corn does not, it doesn't do the ecosystem when the cow, it doesn't matter if a cow chews the cud when they eat corn. You know that, right? Yeah. Because when they drop a deuce, it just sits on top of the soil and doesn't fertilize. They mash around in it, and then you get mad cow, E. coli. But when they chewed that grass, it acted as a fertilizer. Corn poo don't do nothing. Why? Can't digest it. They don't digest. Just like we don't digest it, neither do they. So that's why I use the cow. We know that the horse chews the cud. I was using the cow because we eat more cow than horse. Right? Right. Nobody in here should say, I eat a little bit of horse. Right? But if, I heard a rumor, if you eat a little bit of Wendy's, you might have ate a little bit of Mr. Ed. Might have ate Mr. Ed once or twice. I don't know. That's what they say. That Wendy's was horse meat at one time.
I saw McDonald's was also.
McDonald's is children meat. That's children sacrifice. Right? We can go through all of it. Right. But remember, the Most High created an I always call it an ebb and flow. There's an ecosystem to everything that He created. Right? And us, like the Most High said, He created man upright. We sought out many inventions, many devices. He created animals upright. We sought out many devices with the animals. We sought out how to fatten them up quicker, how to eat them, how to eat unlawful animals. We're the ones that changed the ecosystem that the Most High had set up. Right? Read on.
I was gonna say too, we had droughts. So like when we separated from the camp to go do your number 2, you had a drought house.
Turtle tank water.
So you go to the drought house and do your business and come back.
Right.
So that's why in the scripture in Matthews when Yahweh Shai was like, whatever you eat in the belly, we was talking about eating on washing hands.
Wash your hands.
But Yahweh Shai was saying whatever you eat, it goes into the stomach and then it's cast into the drought. It's talking about a drought house. So don't think that we was just Don't think like how the white man wants you to think. Like we used to just go into like the bushes.
Right.
And
That's the same as an outhouse though, right?
yeah, we
It's
had.
a house. But remember the script. Hold on, let me stop you real quick because the scripture does in you gotta find it, but he did say you take the paddle and you cover
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
dirt. So it was a form of an outhouse. We had an area. We weren't just pooping in random spots and everybody just walking through it. We had order. Just like how the Most High had an area for men to go when they were awaiting trial for like a manslaughter or a murder.
Right.
The Most High had designated areas set up for different things.
Right.
All right, so it wasn't just like, oh, we just randomly pick, like, oh, I'm gonna just go here, drop one. There was an area, there was things set up. We had order, remember, let all things be done. It didn't say some things or a little bit of things or one thing. All things be done decently and in order. All right, so we had order, we had decency, we knew where to go, right? We knew where to go. I mean, you got a random dude just dropping a random deuce, and a woman walks up. Nah, we had an area, man. We had to know. Where we at?
Exodus chapter 30, verse 21.
Now, obviously, in more modern times, right? In Yahweh Shai's time, we built what you would say the outhouse, or they call it a latrine, right? Who uses that word, the latrine? That's the military, right? Wasn't that their outhouse?
Yeah.
Right. So in more modern times, but remember, we're in the wilderness. We was in the wilderness, so we had to do what was going on in the wilderness. Yes, sir.
We're talking over 1 million people though.
Right.
So there's no way 1 million people, like you said, would just go in any random place with a paddle.
Right.
And just doing whatever. That wisdom would have dictated, if it was going to be outside the camp, then, and also we didn't expose ourselves.
Right.
As a movement. So there had to be somewhere that we was able to go, that the women was able to go.
Right.
Because you got women also with their menstrual cycles.
Right.
You got a lot of things going on. So to think that we were just out butt naked in
Just dropping deuces,
wherever,
wiping with banana leaves.
anybody can walk up on you.
Like we do in the woods.
Or how was that demonstration? The 3 shells?
No, we had an area set up, and more than likely, the area was set up to be able to. I guarantee you, when the rain fell, it did something to that soil, and it was able to wash. It had some form of ecosystem where it was able to not affect us in a because you wasn't going to drop a deuce and then go plant crops on that. Right? Not human poo. Right?
Like they did.
Especially not now.
It makes sense because we're walking with golds and 35-pound menorahs and decked out garments. And, let me just go around the spot in the wilderness and do something.
Nah, we had wisdom, man. Again, let all things be done decently and in order.
Let me say this too, man.
Flip that. Yeah.
Let me say this too. It's bad that we're going over. You start showing. You look at the other nations, especially the Indians, man.
Oh, they do some wipe with a hand.
Goodness,
They hit it with the left hand.
That shit that make their skin look bad. They health be bad. It be always a stench. Welcome to that crib. You don't be smelling curry outside. You be like, man, y'all funky, but the way y'all country is built and the way y'all's culture is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Washing in the same nasty water, that's still, y'all put dead bodies floating there. You got rats all in y'all's country and everything else, but you live a certain way, and from that, that's where all the disease and everything is coming from.
Yep.
But you look at us now, we're doing the same thing. China, all these people in the same place. There's no proper way, there's no proper order to disposing of your waste. You know what I'm saying? So the same water, the ocean that we swimming in, to doing everything else in, you got everything is dumped in it. You know, you dumping all these things in the water. You just operate. How you think you're not gonna get sick?
Right. It's true.
You know?
When I was in Colorado, there's a spot in Colorado called Commerce City.
Okay.
In Commerce City, they call it Commerce City. That's where all the warehouses and you did all your like UPS has this huge hub, like one of the biggest in the nation.
Right.
Huge hub, and FedEx and just all warehouses. And then they had this whole other spot of Commerce City. It was all land. And what they did, they said, okay, we're gonna build a landfill. That's where they took all the trash. And me and my dad, we go to the dump and just watch the trucks do their thing, and we be dumping stuff from jobs, and you go to that same landfill today, they build houses on it.
I believe it.
Oh, hell no.
But this is the thing though, they do it here. They do it everywhere.
Yeah, sure
They
do.
build it up, they cover it with dirt, they drop on it, they cover it with dirt, they drop on it. What they'll do, they'll dig a pit.
Yeah.
Dirt, trash, dirt,
Trash.
trash, dirt, trash, dirt. They'll build it up to a level, and they'll build on it.
Yep.
Right?
That's what
I think people's foundations be cracking.
That's it.
Because when that stuff starts to degrade,
Yeah,
the soil, but the filth, the stench.
yeah.
You want to know where a landfill is? Just look up. You'll see birds circling.
Yep.
But they build on it. They do it out here. I drove. Where's the dump out here? I was driving from Florida.
Pasadena one too.
There's one in Pasadena's off I-10. Off I-10.
610.
Right, but it's I-10, 610, right? I think I drove by one.
McCarty on 90.
Okay.
You got one off the Beltway off
But
Wilson Road.
But is there one on I-10 somewhere? Or am I tripping? I could have sworn I seen a dump.
Yeah, I think so. But it's way-
Unless I was.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Where the Sugarland? Like there's like
Well, there's one for. There's probably one for.
This one on 90 and the one on Wilson Road.
Mhm.
Oh, man.
That's a big one.
Man.
But what I'm saying is,
It's awful.
go there in 4 years, and you'll be like, "Whoa, this was a dump."
Right.
And they take pride in that. Like, yeah, this was the landfill. Then, nigga, you building on doo-doo, on used diapers. Come on, man, on dead. Bro.
Hey, but it's bad that you saying that because you look at the spirit or something. Listen, we make the same mistakes in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's filth. You try to cover it with dirt. You know what I'm saying? The more filth, you try to cover it down. The whole country is built like that. Then where the hell the trash been going?
It used to be covering up. It
Yeah,
ain't
that's
been
what
going
we're
nowhere.
doing. It ain't been going on. We've been burying it. But half of it don't break down. Plastic don't break down. It should just be in there the whole time.
That's why Paul said it. The foundation's been laid.
Yes.
Any man take heed how he build thereon. But you got to first have the proper foundation. America builds on a foundation of trash.
Yeah, man.
Physically and spiritually. Samuel.
Yeah, that's the same thing. What y'all saying is that's why the Lord made the ocean with its own cleaning mechanism, like catfish, shrimp, lobster. They done netted all them up out there and then put in the restaurants feeding them to people. And that's supposed to be to clean the ocean, to keep the ocean clean.
There you go. And then whatever the Most High set up for the clean the earth, it ain't being used. You know what I'm saying? You're not using the proper methods to clean the earth. You ain't using the proper methods to clean the ocean. You taking it out, putting it in people's kitchen. You wonder why when you go down or you drinking your water, you got to have a filter system now for your water.
And that barely works.
Sure does. You know what I'm saying? But the whole country, this place is defiled. And we got to shut the city down because it done got so defiled. How is a disease? It's traveling from state to state. This person flew over with this one, man. It only affected people because when we eat, our immune system's all jacked up. You see, if you breathe in trash, your kids from the time you were a child now, you bring your kids to a good neighborhood, but it was on a dump. They've been breathing trash all their life. You know what I'm saying? Of course their immune system is weaker. Oh, we eating, like you said, we eating a little bit of Mr. Ed. Of course your immune system is all jacked up, right? So old people and little kids being affected. Everybody affected.
Exactly.
We sick, man, but this is the environment we live in. We live in that sick environment. We destroyed ourselves in this sick environment because we done turned so far away from the way the Most High had things set up, huh?
Yep.
That's what he's talking about. Just my people being destroyed for lack of knowledge. Hell, if I'd have known that there ain't supposed to be a sewer system or a sewer line running under my house, I wouldn't have built it and put it there. But we so Americanized, we think that's living.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? The same area that you turn your bath water on to wash your body, and you pooping it in, it ain't even just that. That's separate. You go to the kitchen and wash your dishes in that same filthy ass water.
That's true.
You got a cup with a drinking from the tap water. Everybody know the tap water brown. Come on, man.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
Oh, this come on, boys. Okay, what that water brown as hell, man. And when you boil it, the dirt don't go to the bottom. So this how we living. The Most High had a system that we done got so far away from his system of cleaning ourselves, man. We follow the devil. Go ahead, what you gonna say, man?
Nah, I was reminiscing with Mustafa. Mustafa from New York, so he talking that New York with me. Anyway, where we at, man?
Keep reading.
Exodus chapter 30, verse 21.
Right. So he said they shall wash their hands and their feet that they die not. Go ahead.
And there shall be a statute for them forever to them, even to him and to his seed throughout their generations.
Right.
Verse 22. Moreover, the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Take thou also unto thee principal spices, and of pure myrrh 500 shekels, and of sweet cinnamon half so much, even 250 shekels, and of sweet calamus, right?
Yeah, not cannabis. See, wicked niggas talking about this is cannabis. Nah. And even if it was, all it is a plant.
Right.
He said make, right? Well, he's gonna tell you what to do with it, but it's not cannabis. Anyway, go ahead.
And of sweet calamus, 250 shekels, and of cassia, and of cassia, 500 shekels. After the shekel of the sanctuary, and of olive oil, olive, and hin.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt make it an oil.
Smoke it.
Make it an oil.
Dab.
Make it an oil.
What's the other one? Vape.
Make it an oil.
Right. Go ahead.
Of holy ointment, an ointment compound after the art of the apothecary.
Right.
And it shall be an holy anointing oil.
Right. So this was the anointing oil. He's going to tell us what you were supposed to anoint. Now think about it. You're going to be dabbing oil on these, or sprinkling oil on these different vessels. You got to think about it. We read earlier, last week, how were the priests anointed? Who remembers? What had to be sprinkled on them? Earlobe,
blood,
toe,
the foot,
and then he sprinkled blood. How did that clean you? How could the didn't David say it? How could the blood of bulls and oxen couldn't clean you? Because those things weren't meant to cleanse you. It's a representation. It was about your conscience. Think about it. The priest could get sprinkled with blood, the tip of his earlobe, his toe, sprinkle his garment. He could walk in that temple and still drop dead.
That's true.
Why? Because it was about his mind. It's about his conscience. You could sprinkle a nigga's ear all day. You still thinking about your rib. He got lust on his mind. Guess what? He gonna drop dead. I don't care what blood you put on his earlobe. And how many, you could dip his whole ear. You could dip his whole foot. As long as his mind ain't clean, it don't matter. Right? Go ahead. Where we at?
Exodus 30, verse 26. And thou shalt anoint the tabernacle of the congregation therewith, and the ark of the testimony, and the table and all his vessels, and the candlestick and his vessels, and the altar of incense, and the altar of burnt offering with all his vessels, and the laver and his foot. And thou shalt sanctify them, that they may be most holy. Whatsoever toucheth them shall be holy. Thou shalt anoint Aaron and his sons, and consecrate them, that they may minister unto me in the priest's office. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, This shall be an holy anointing oil unto me throughout your generations.
That's what you reading to?
What
verse?
It's 31 and
31
11. Verse 32.
This is an extensive reading. Go ahead.
Verse 32. Upon man's flesh shall it not be poured.
Right, so this was not for anointing, right? pour, like let it run down the beard, even Aaron's beard. This wasn't that oil. This was for the vessels of the sanctuary. It's two different type of oils that was created. That was mixed up. Go ahead.
Neither shall you make any other like it. After the composition of it, it is holy, and it shall be holy unto you. Whosoever compounded any like it, or whosoever putteth any of it upon a stranger, shall even be cut off from his people. And the Lord said unto Moses, take unto thee sweet spices, stach, and anakia, and galbanum, these sweet spices with pure frankincense. Each of shall be there be a like weight. And thou shalt make it a perfume, a confection after the art of the apothecary, tempered together, pure and holy. And thou shalt beat some of it very small, and put of it before the testimony in the tabernacle of the congregation.
What was the occupation of the apostles after they dropped all their fishermen and all their other occupations? What were they doing?
Selling oils. They were doing the oil table.
They were selling oils, man. They were dealing after the art of the apothecary. They were selling oils for healing, right? You had your aromatherapeutic. You had your oils to smell good, right? Your little smell goods, because again, we were a clean people. We were about cleanliness and dealing the right way. We used to have our beards smelling good. When you read about in the time of Abraham, when we had our beards, it said that we kept our beards smelling good. Right. We throw oils, so we would color our beards, man. That beard was that glory. It showed a man's posterity, right? The bigger the beard, like the peacock. Peacock showed him feathers, right? What was he doing? He was trying to attract the women. The women were attracted to the beautiful feathers. Yeah, that nice beard, man. Oh yeah, he was probably, you probably had a few women, right? My beard is the wackest beard. Right? Huh?
No, I was saying you had to have the nice beard and some shekels.
Right. But that beard, man, we took care of ourselves, our beard, our smell, our look, our clothing, our garments. We wasn't looking like just barefooted, like these Arabs running around with just ripped up clothes and dirty turbans. We wasn't doing that. We were a clean people. We had modern, what you would call quarantines now. We had things like that. If a man had a blotch in his forehead, what do? You put him somewhere else for 7 days and let the priest deal with him. Right. If it rose up, well, wait a minute. We got to keep him for another couple of days. If it scabbed over, he was fine. Right? So we had quarantine. We knew how to keep disease from spreading.
Right. So I think you mentioned this before.
Yeah.
So pimples weren't.
We didn't get pimples.
Right.
We didn't get eczema. If you got things like that, you was doing something off.
Right.
If you was getting pimples and eczema and skin blotches and melanomas, they looked at you like, wait a minute, there's something wrong here. Right. Let's quarantine him real quick, right? Because what were they assessing? Two things. What were they assessing? Come on.
That might show you ain't had a play.
But what else? Why were the priests sent and not know some regular ass name? Why was the priest he checking?
Your spirit.
Your spirit.
Your lifestyle.
Yeah, what was this man doing? Wait a minute. You eat something defiled?
Right.
Hold up. Why you bumping up?
Yeah.
Right.
You touch something defiled?
Right.
Whose wife you laying with?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? You sacrifice something wrong? Like, what's going on with this man?
Yeah.
They would assess his spirit for those 7 days.
Yeah.
So the quarantine was a physical and a spiritual to see what's going on with this person. And let's make sure that his spirit, if he was off, he didn't spread his offness as a plague. Right. He didn't spread his demons through the camp. Right? Because we know spirits do what? They jump like frogs.
Right.
You read in Revelation, they said, I've seen 3 unclean spirits jumping like frogs.
Right.
So all it is what? Man, you see Moses? I ain't messing with this dude. He brought us out here to die.
Right.
right? This nigga's off. You know, all you got to do is talk to him, and next thing you know, you got a plague of murmuring. You got a plague of men wanting to kill Moses. That's what Korah and Dathan did. That's what all the other murmurers. Murmuring is a plague. It's a disease. Backbiting. Contention. Pride is a plague. So the priest had to quarantine you to make sure that you wasn't spreading your filth. Oh yeah, you know what? Eating that pork, man, it was so salty and good. You know, when you stack it between two pieces of bun and you put a piece of meat and some cheese, bruh, it's tasty. All I gotta do is give that idea to the next man, and what does he do? Let me try that. Damn, he's right. Here, and then the next thing you know, it's a plague, right?
Because it's acquired taste.
Right. It tastes like chicken. All you gotta do is tell a black man it tastes like chicken, he's with it. That's all you gotta tell him. Alligator, it tastes like chicken. If you fry them, buffalo balls, Rocky Mountain oysters, if you fry them and deep fry them in batter, it tastes like chicken. And oh yeah, and hot sauce, Louisiana.
Whatever you was doing in your home, whatever you was doing in your home, it was a way to be able to figure out, okay, this is how you've been living. You've been around us, but if I was eating pork, you wouldn't know that. No. Not but looking at me, but all of a sudden things that happen to your body, things that happen to you, it's like, okay, well, we gonna now assess this man. But you're not just going to be by yourself. This is what I'm with you. I want to see now how you living. What's going on with you? The whole nine. So, that's why your stomach's all messed up. You've been eating these foods, man. This defiled. Now we can do this. We can put you out a little bit and see if you change enough to stop doing this. But you're right. I can't let this continue because now more people are getting sick by the fact that this is still around them and it's going unchecked. Right. This is going on, like you're talking about an unclean spirit. It done went unchecked for so long. It done become not just a cancer with this brother, but the next brother. Right. You know what I'm saying? But you won't know from just day-to-day interaction. Right. Or if it was just like I said, if it was today, if we only get together on the Sabbath day, if there's something going on with you, I wouldn't know. Right. It would be a month or so down the line. I'm like, brother, what's this? Right. You're not sure. What's this big block coming on? What's going on with you? It's like that dark cloud. So there's something going on. We got to spend some time together so I can be able to see, how you living and what's going on.
Right. Just like in James, I'll read it real quick. One of my favorites, James 5:13. Is any among you afflicted? Let him pray. Is any merry? Let him sing psalms. Nice. Is any sick among you? Let him call for the elders of the church. Right. And let them pray over him, anointing him with oil in the name of the Lord. I'm going to jump down to verse 16. Confess your faults. Right. One to another and pray for another. So when you were quarantined off, getting bumped up, pimpling up, it was like, okay, what did you do wrong, brother? Right. Confess your faults to the elder. Right? That way the plague was stayed. Think about it. You had, when you read about the plagues in people's houses, right? You had the plague in the house. What is that today? Black mold, right? Well, you had the plague of houses. Well, you had to quarantine off that house. Wait a minute, what we got going on up in here? What y'all cooking up in here? Got the pork smell. You know when they fry that fish or that crab, they boil it. And it leaves, or they cook them chitlins, and they, how y'all cook? Come on, you Jews, how y'all cook chitlins? Right? Tell me. He ain't eating chitlins now, but I know some of y'all up in here that
you gotta wash them out.
You gotta wash them out with the hose. Then the way you cook them is how? Ugh. So imagine boiling a diaper. Yeah. Imagine boiling a diaper.
It's like jerk pork.
Right.
I'm counting hard, but jerk pork ain't intestines.
Or even when you're dealing with, like you saw, when a person have colon cancer, right?
Right.
How about they have to cut the part of the colon out because you can't get rid of that.
Nope.
He can't run a hose through you and be like, okay, brother, your cancer is cured.
Nope.
And we can't do an enema and clean it out, so how the hell can you eat it and not think that that's not in like the skin of it?
Yeah.
It's in the walls of it.
It's in the walls. Wow. But my point is when you start boiling them chitterlings, the stench that fills the room.
It ain't stands to everybody now.
Moving on. What you got? Moving on again. Take a baby's used diaper with like diarrhea, the soft serve, and drop it in a hot bucket of water and boil that. And then you tell me if it ain't stench to everybody. Go ahead, read. Where you at?
Can somebody give me First Ezra's 8:86?
Right. They throwing some more in there. Cold sores, ringworms. They talk about everybody walking around with herpes. Nah, everybody didn't walk around with that back in the days.
Right.
Everybody didn't walk around with wingworm. And your animals had wingworm and things like that. Now you got dogs with ringworm. You gonna rub the dog. You get the ringworm, kissing the dog in his damn mouth, letting the dog drink your baby's bottle, lick your kid's ice cream. I seen one where Moab lets the rats eat the food out of their teeth. I'm like, bruh, just go brush. Brush and floss.
No, you know what's the worst thing that I've seen that the Asians eat? They have the pig
There's
blood.
a level?
They have a pig blood soup.
Oh, yeah.
Where the soup is just pure pig
blood. Yeah.
The blood of the pig, that's the soup.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, they put different stuff.
bro, I don't think there's anything worse than eating live rat. I seen them rip off a live rat's head and chew it.
Baby bird, I was saying.
Birds. Just rip a snake apart like Bear Grylls and just anything that's alive and you eat it, there's a problem.
Right.
They eat live, like the little crabs that run around and they tickle you.
Yeah.
They just put them in soy sauce and you just hear the crunch.
That's cold.
When you crack those things open and you get into the little shell, and when you see the worms moving, they got bacteria that lives in worms. Bro, your body ain't breaking that down.
No.
That's attaching into your gut walls.
Yep.
That's attaching onto your intestines. That's attaching to your liver. Your liver is not filtering worms. Your stomach acids are not strong enough to break down some of those worms that these crustaceans carry. So again, we read it earlier, right? We read it earlier in it says in Ecclesiastes 7. It said depart from iniquity, right? I'm misquoting it. It was verse 2. He said depart from the unjust, and iniquity
Is that what you said?
shall turn away from thee. Come on, read.
That's all.
Hey, it's First Ezra's 8:86. But if I can get give me Luke 8:17 too. 8:86.
Oh, okay.
First Ezra's 8:86. But give me Luke 8:17 first.
Luke chapter 8, verse 17.
Go ahead, brother.
For nothing is secret. For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest.
So you could be doing all kinds of sins in your house and nobody knows about it except for who? You and the Most High, right? And you'll be like, hey, can't nobody know. It's like beating your meat. If you beating your meat in your closet, ain't nobody gonna know except for you and the Most High. But see, back in the days, like we're bringing out, you'll get a pimple, you'll get a rash, you'll get a wingworm, you'll get something that's showing that something that you're doing something off.
Shoulder ache.
Go ahead.
Shoulder aching, brother.
Neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad.
So God, it might never get out that that's what you're doing. Or if you beating your wife, if she never makes a peep, and you're not bruising her face, if she never makes a peep, it might never get out that you're actually doing that, unless you confess it, unless your wife confesses it. But it's gonna show. It's gonna show what's going on around you. Read First Ezra 8:86.
First Ezra chapter 8, verse 86.
And this is how it's gonna show. Go ahead.
And all that is befallen is done unto us for our wicked works and great sins.
So when stuff starts going wrong, when the Most High starts touching you, it's happening because you're doing wicked works. That's why the scripture says you gotta examine yourself. Make sure that you're on top of everything that you're doing. Make sure that you're spirited, that you're on top of your spirit. Your wife's spirit is in order. Because if not, stuff's gonna start happening. Read.
For thou, O Yahweh, didst make our sins light.
Because the Most High, He's gonna make your sins light. Like it says in 8:17, nothing done in secret is is if it's done in secret, it's gonna be made manifest.
Right.
But how is it being made manifest? It's because when you start getting wicked things happening to you, and you like, damn, why is this happening? Why am I getting pulled over by the cops? I was going 70 and a 60.
You were breaking
And that's
the law,
nothing.
man.
Yeah, I was. But but I mean, why am I getting pulled over by the cops? And why am I getting sent to jail? And I'm supposed to be doing all these good works. Well, everybody around you, they should be looking at you like, what's going on with you? What are you doing in the dark?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Where we at? Jump back to the reading.
Exodus chapter 30, verse 36.
Yeah, and you know what's crazy, man, about, like little things like, I know y'all thinking like, damn, a pimple? Damn, body acne? We look at them as little things, and the problem is we've been conditioned, oh, it's just eczema. Oh, it's just puberty, right? Like puberty is pimple season. No, there was in our time when you were getting these things, there was something that you were doing wrong.
Right.
Yeah. So we got to remember, like even me, like the sugar, refined sugar, the pasta. I love pasta. I love pizza. Ugh. I'm sorry, but there's things there's little dainty things that you want to give yourself to. But I gotta, it's about, the scriptures say examine yourself.
Yeah.
So you gotta examine and say, wait a minute, what's going on with me? Am I spiritually doing something wrong? Am I physically doing something wrong? Let me make these changes. It's easy to just say, oh yeah, that's just uncurable. That's just something that happens through life. Everyone gets it. It happens to everyone. No, it don't happen to everyone. It happens to those that you're not doing something right in life.
Right.
And you always have to be examining, how can I do better? What am I not doing? What can I change for the better?
God.
So, I have a license in cosmetology for the last 10 years. In cosmetology, it is the study of hair, skin, and nails. So basically what it is whatever you're intaking, your hair, skin, and nails will
Be
show
affected.
on the exterior. You know
Right.
what I mean? So also with that though too, I had this one time, I had this cavity in my face, right? And I say my face because it got so bad that there was an infection.
A cyst?
Went all the way to my brain, and then the infection went into my bloodstream.
Wait, wait, hold on. A cavity in your tooth?
So a cavity, but it got so infected that,
Right.
like the length of my hand, there was a hole all the way from where my tooth is going up into my
Right.
or anything like that.
Yeah.
So that
Okay.
that sickness was going into my brain to where like my spirit was just off on a lot of things too with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was crazy.
But your spirit was probably off, and then it affected the body, because that's usually how it goes.
God.
Let me read this one scripture back. Sorry, read this scripture. It's bad. All right.
What you got?
Job chapter 13 and verse.
Oh, you wanted to Job now. See, now you're trying to get spiritual.
No, this
No,
is
boy.
one.
It's real though.
Job chapter 13.
It's real.
Job chapter 13 and verse 23.
23.
Verse 23, yeah.
Job chapter 13, verse
And it was just a
23.
question. It was a question that Job asked.
Yeah.
That this is what we supposed to be asking. You know what I'm saying? But read that.
How many are mine iniquities
Ooh.
and sins?
Damn.
So Job asked the same thing. You know what I'm saying? He's like, how many are my iniquities and my sins? Read.
Make me to know my transgression in my sin.
So that's where the bumps and everything else is coming from. The most of it, you doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Obviously, you're not taking care of yourself properly. You know what I'm saying? How am I going to know I'm sinning? That bump came up.
Right.
This situation happened here. The most of Job was praying for that.
Show me.
Then show me. And I'd rather know when these bumps is happening, it's time. It's time for me to change my diet before I go to the hospital and the doctor like, you know what, sir? You need to change your diet. Shit, after 20 years, I'm in a bed. I would have rather had them bumps, so I could have changed it then, than waiting later on.
Can I throw this one
Go ahead.
right behind you? Ecclesiastes 18 and verse 21. Humble thyself before thou be sick.
Wow.
And in that time of sin show repentance. Because the Most High is going to make it known to you.
That's when you show repentance. That's when you go ahead and make the changes now. Please come with them. That's when we make the changes now so that later on, now look at the sickness. Look how bad it's gotten because you overlooked. Or I did this. I avoided the arena that the Most High put together so that these sicknesses and these iniquities can be pointed out.
Yep.
You've been running from that arena, making excuses,
Yep.
got an attitude, emotional.
He don't like me.
That's like
He
somebody
was talking
don't.
crap.
That's why we don't like going to the doctor and the dentist.
Right.
Bro,
We don't want to go to the doctor because I really don't want to hear what he got to say.
God, yo.
I don't like going to the dentist because
You know what's funny about that? I'll avoid the dentist at all costs. I'll avoid the dentist like avoiding sin. But and I'll avoid the doctor also. But this is my belief. If you do the right things, you ain't gotta go see him. Right? If you do the right things, I'm gonna show you. Mashaba, go ahead. What you got to say, Mashaba? Go ahead. I'm gonna show y'all. Watch.
But that dentist is gonna show you where you ain't really as clean as you thought you was clean.
You know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy? Every time I go to the dentist, I'm good.
Right.
I'm almost 40 years, not a cavity. So I know how to take. I know how to take care of them. I mean, hey, I'm very meticulous.
But somebody had to show you.
Somebody had to show me. No, somebody had to show me.
But our people, man, listen, we've been using.
Some people don't brush their damn teeth.
And on them old backwood remedies. Robitussin don't cure
everything.
Get the Tussin out, man. Just rub it in the joint. It'll go away. Walk it off. If you have a gas in your leg, just walk it off, man.
Yeah.
Rub some dirt on it. It'll come on, man. We started off this coming shower. We take our approach. We take our approach in the truth the same way. Listen, I got a sickness in my spirit. Laying up, I'm gonna lay up and watch Netflix. It's gonna go away. You know what I'm saying? If I just don't think about it no more, it's gonna go away. Nah, it don't work like that.
Or if I stop coming around for people to tell me it's not there. Yeah.
Because listen, I got no energy. Maybe you eat bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, brother, listen, I just got this odor to my brother. Maybe you eat bad.
Yeah, when your body is kicking off.
I got brother. It's like every excuse you got. Brother said the one thing is a broken record. Maybe you eat bad.
Yeah.
Me and my woman ain't getting along, brother. She done do it. She done burnt my clothes up, brother.
Oh, damn.
Listen, see, y'all say, hear all that? That's all that extreme? Because we done been in them extremes. Did you? But listen, show her this, brother. Go to the scriptures. Come to class. Nah, but you know what? We went to the movies, and it seemed like, we got back from the movies. Man, it was all right. Till next week.
We had makeup sex.
She done stabbed the couch. She done threw something through the TV.
Right.
Damn.
You're right, but you're right. We had we went to Ruth's Krispies. I took it to dinner, and that solved the problem. Like, brother, no, you got to bring her to class. She got a spirit on her.
Right.
It's a spirit of y'all's house.
Right.
We ain't listening.
Right.
We looking for a home remedy that don't work.
That's true.
Home remedies don't work. What you say, brother?
And let me say one thing also about, even the thing, some brothers deal with ailments that are residuals. You know about residual income, it comes back every month. Some brothers got residual illness from the things they did in the world.
Right.
So you do have brothers and sisters that are trying to live right, trying to give themselves to the right things, and the thing that they did so much damage in the world that some things are irreversible.
God.
Some things are going to take longer to rid. Listen, the scriptures tell you, you got to read Ecclesiastes 38, man. It tells you that when you do fall into some illnesses, you got to change. Oh, no. It's not Ecclesiastes 38. It's in the Josephus. It's in the Josephus. He said, you got to give yourself to a lifestyle change to get rid of some demons, to get rid of some ailments. So it ain't going to be like, I'm going to go on the keto diet for 3 months and all of a sudden my diabetes is going to be good, my kidneys are going to be good. No, you got to change your whole lifestyle. From the time that you realize, I'm sick, to wanting to get better with some illnesses, some diseases, some plagues, whatever you want to call them. You got to change your whole life. It got to be a life. They say, Esau tells you, this has got to be a lifestyle change. right? So I want to say that also because I don't want brothers start condemning themselves like, I got a pimple, I'm wicked. Nah, we're not saying. We ain't saying that. Oh man, I scraped my knuckles doing some work and brothers gonna look at me like I'm wicked, I can't come around. Nah, we ain't saying that. What we're saying is how we rolled as a people way back and how the Most High showed us our iniquity even through your flesh. He showed you.
I was going to say, one scripture and one other statement. I'm reading the scripture.
Michelle, you might as well just come up.
I'm waiting till we make transition.
Well, we got a little ways to go.
Okay, go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 13.
You gotta read it loud so you can be heard on the mic.
Come forward a little bit.
Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 10, verse 13.
Right?
For pride is the beginning of sin.
Yep.
And he that hath it shall pour out abomination.
Yes, he shall.
And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities.
He brought what?
Strange calamities.
Read.
And overthrew them utterly.
So it tells you that because of our pride, that's when the Most High will bring strange calamities. As far as that acne that won't go away. As far as the keloids, the Forrest Whitaker.
Oh, the bumps in the back?
Yeah. I got on the back of the head.
Yeah.
That the Most High will bring this type of stuff up because of pride.
Right.
And that's what they're trying to show us something about ourselves. That the Most High does say also that he only chastises the ones he loves.
Yep.
Right.
That he's only doing this so that we will go ahead and start making the changes. But at the same time, so we don't get such a condemnation spirit. Remember, he says Paul said, who shall save me from the body of this death?
Right.
That for a lot of things that we've learned here in America or in this society, we have to be given new bodies. That it says that there's too much sin. There's too much sin in these bodies that we have. That we do have to, it says in a moment we shall all be changed. And that's what we're trying to strive for. But that doesn't mean that we keep doing the negative we're doing.
Right.
But that we got to start making these changes, but we got to be saved and delivered from these bodies that we're in. That a lot of times because some of us think that by just living the Dr. Sabi lifestyle, that's going to deliver us from everything. No, that's not.
Nope.
That I'm just going to be a vegan or just be on the keto diet, so I shouldn't have any illnesses or sicknesses. You dreaming.
Right.
We need deliverance. We need Yahweh Shai, Christ, the Messiah, the Savior, to come and deliver us from the valley of death, the Babylon the Great, the spiritual Egypt, to be delivered from this death. We, just like we're talking about the coronavirus, I don't know what that's what we're talking about today. We know our safety is doing the righteousness of the Most High and us coming together. But too many Israelites think that if I just go live my vegetarian, vegan, keto, Dr. Sabi, by myself, Rastafarian lifestyle, I'm going to be straight. That's not going to save us. What's going to save us is the Most High's grace and the Most High's mercy. That's what's going to save us, and us coming together and working collectively on the Most High's righteousness. Not just as individual, what do I got to do just for me? What do I got to do just to make sure I'm saved? We have to get out here together to be delivered from this place. Together. Our safety, Matthew 6:33. Our safety is going to be in seeking first the kingdom of the Most High and the Most High's righteousness, so that everything's going to be added to us. The more we come together and unify, where the Most High is working with all of us, so we all can be delivered from these bodies. But this mentality is still this American mentality of, I'm just going to work on me for me. I'm just going to do me. That's the Esau lifestyle. That's still an Edomite mindset.
That's right.
That's not going to save the nation of Israel.
Right.
Whenever we look through the scriptures, the Most High saved us, like in the plagues of Egypt. Where was Israel gathered at when the plagues were happening in ancient Egypt? It tells you that our safety was in Goshen. But now, before that, it tells you that Israel was scattered throughout all the empire of Egypt, trying to find work. So we were scattered. So as us being scattered, what were we subject to? All the plagues that was happening to the Egyptians. But once we came together, that's where our safety was. From the water being turned to blood, to the lice, to the frogs, to the locusts, to eventually even the 3 days, the 3 nights of of darkness. It was our gathering together in Goshen together. That's where our safety was at. But as long as we were trying to be like the Egyptians and do what the Egyptians did, that didn't save us. Let's not get it twisted. It says our health it wasn't herb or
Modifying plastic.
but what?
But the word that healeth us.
It's the word. And what's the Most High's word? Gather yourselves together.
Yep.
Yeah, gather together, O nation I desire, before the decree brings forth, before the day passed of the shaft, before the first anger of the Lord come upon you.
Right.
That is us obeying those words. Are we coming together and seeking the Most High's righteousness so he saves us collectively? So he delivers us all collectively. Now so we stay divided and I'm just going to work on me. I work on this my salvation. That has never worked for any Israelite ever.
That's right.
I just want to go ahead and throw that out there.
Brother, real quick, brother, just to add to what Michelle was saying, and what we've been bringing out on these points. Somebody read St. John chapter 3, start at verse 19. All right, St. John chapter 3. You read 19 and you stop at 21. Okay. And if you go read back there, move up a little bit too, because you got to get. He got it right here. He got it right here. St. John. Yeah, St. John chapter 3, verse 19.
St. John chapter 3, verse 19.
Go ahead.
And this is the condemnation that light is come into the world.
So the condemnation was that light is coming to the world. The truth is here now. You know what I'm saying? Now, everything that you're doing out, there's a way to expose all the negative that you're doing. This is where now condemnation is coming to now, right? I condemn myself because somebody's been showing me the changes that I got to make. So we will, I'm beat up, I'm looking down on myself, I don't want to come around, because that light is there, right? But why is that a condemnation? Read.
For some.
For
some, right? Read.
That light has come into the world.
Go ahead.
And men love darkness rather than light.
So the condemnation is in the fact, okay, the truth is there. Every time I come around, you're judging me, or you're gonna tell me something about myself that I really didn't want to hear. Because we love, right? Because we love the sickness. We love dealing with the pains and the issues. Right. You know what I'm saying? The world got us thinking that's a part of our character.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is the way I am. Right. No, that's not really it. That's just what you've become. Right. You are a product of your environment, right? Your health is bad because your mama was already feeding you these things by the time you was young. They had you in church listening to all the lies. You know what I'm saying? That you can now follow and build your personality and your values. You was built on all that foolishness. So that is what we love because that is a part of our character. Right. But the condemnation comes in the fact that now somebody opened the book up and said, Christ is black, you the Jews, and this is how you're supposed to live.
Right.
Okay. It's hard to make them adjustments and changes. But we love that darkness. This is what we know. We know the darkness. Right. Right? Read on.
Because their deeds, were evil.
And our deeds were evil, because that's what we was brought up and raised on. Right. Like we talking about chitlins. Right. Man, you look at it now, but come on, before you came to the truth, if you ate that, you ate that. You endured the smell, you did all of it out. Right. But those were our deeds. Right. You know what I'm saying? If bacon, there had to be some pork in everything. Right. Yeah. And when you come in the truth, and you go to a family cookout, you be like, man, I can't believe there literally was pork in everything. Right. You can't even cook beans without pork. That's right. It was that bad. And it was in everything. Right. But it ain't till you come in and you're able to say, man, I've been living wrong this whole time. So it's like the more you grow in the truth, you watch people keep doing what? Just showing you how you was raised anyway. It's just a little deeper level. Okay, went from food to your beliefs. Right. Even your beliefs on relationships. Right. Most of the time there be the fights and arguments in a relationship is only because she was raised this way. Right. He was raised this way. Right. Now we in the book and we got to learn, that wasn't right. This is the way it was supposed to be. If I was in a relationship in my household, my mother spoke up and it was a 50-50 thing, and all of a sudden we read the Bible and she's supposed to submit. Well, of course we're going to argue. Right. Because the way it was raised is contrary to the light.
Right.
This is the truth, and the way you was raised in darkness. You're going to have that issue anyway. So the Most High showing us like this is the way it was supposed to be. I have to really accept the fact that I was sick, that I've been defiled, that somebody lied to me. The scripture says sanctify them through the truth, right? So to sanctify, if you're going to wash and clean me up, you got to show me the truth about how I ate. You got to show me the truth about how I lived. You got to show me the truth about how I was raised. I was raised, I ate, I was raised, and I lived contrary to the light. And that's what the scriptures are showing, right? Read on.
Verse 20. For everyone that doeth evil.
Everyone that what?
That doeth evil.
But we do evil because that is our makeup.
Right.
It was how you was raised. You eat evil because you was raised to eat evil. You live evil because you was raised that way. You were raised contrary to the light.
Right.
Go ahead.
Hated the light.
We hate what?
The light.
Because it's new. This is different. This is,
Right.
I don't even know how, I'm starting up as a babe now.
Right.
You tell me that, listen, because now every time I go home to eat, I got to do what now?
Check the label.
What did you make that with?
You're
Listen, even in the salad, the salad,
Right.
why you got to put bacon in the salad? Like everything. But now all of a sudden, now, I'm in the light. I know the truth.
Right.
So it ain't like I can say, you know what? Okay, man, ain't nobody gonna know. All of a sudden now, there's a defilement to your spirit. So somebody know, well, where you been, huh? Or I got health issues. Man, my stomach is messed up.
Right.
Where was you at? You know, I went to Big Mama's house. I couldn't help it. The green, if y'all don't understand now, her greens are special. These greens are magical, man. Y'all don't understand. Why you stuck? That's why you're stuck. All right, stop eating pork, brother. Have your rib, cook you some greens, and put a turkey leg in it or something. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But that's the light.
Right. God.
That's the light. There's too much of the darkness that we still fight to hold on to.
That's true.
That's the question. That's why the condemnation is there. You fighting the fact there's a lot in you that still has to change. And even, I'm going to tell y'all something about, even as you grow in the truth, you could be in 20, 30 years, and you still realize there's still some darkness in me that's got to come out. That's got to be manifest. It's got to change in me. It just have gone unnoticed for so many years that there's still something in me that's got to change. So read on.
For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light.
Tell them where you at. What verse you at?
John chapter 3, verse 20.
Go ahead.
Neither cometh to the light.
They hate the light, and they need to do what?
Neither cometh to the light.
Because every time we walk through the doors, what are we walking into? You walking into the light. We reading the Bible, and you like, but I'm telling you, if y'all sit on this side of the seat to that side, you start supposed to. You know what I'm saying? You want to see my eyes roll up, man, and head roll back? You be wondering, brother, what conversation are you having with you?
Right.
But we all do that. Shit, it'd be on this side. We'd be like this. Man, that was a bad scripture, man. We just be trying to hold that composure real good. Well, we doing this, he slide around like this, man. You gotta make that. Yeah, sure is. Remember, this book is a two-edged sword anyway, so we both getting cut. And you go and make a couple of, you watch the teacher, he made a couple more bathroom trips than normal. Hold on, y'all. Let me go blow one out, man. I gotta. Okay, fine. Let me come back up in here, man, and let's get this. But every time we walk through the door, that's what we walking into. That light. We walking into it. So when I leave, okay, I know the truth. As I go on and I adjust, the Most High going to tell you what this starts to do to you. Read on, I.
Lest his deeds should be reproved.
Go ahead.
But he that doeth truth.
But he that do what?
Doeth truth.
That means I accepted the light. Okay, I accepted that this is about me, I got to change. I accept, okay, this is something in me, I got to know adjust and put this out of my life. I got to stop loving Granny. Big Mama's greens, they special. But we gonna have to figure out a new way of making this, man. We got, like I said, go on and get the turkey bacon, man. Go, listen, it's magical. Trust me. Listen, but you got to figure out now how to start changing and to come into grips that this is a part of the darkness that's in me, man. Because the way I'm living, this is really separating me from the Most High. But how do you know it's separating with you? Because you don't want to come to the light no more now.
Right.
Like, brother, oh, you've been in class, man. You know, I'm dealing with stuff. I figured that. But you can't deal with darkness in darkness.
Right.
That's true.
That's like a non-swimmer saving himself and they can't touch the bottom.
You're right.
You go sink. You drowning.
Wow.
You can't live in darkness. You can't exist in darkness and think that you're going to heal in darkness. It don't work like that.
God.
He said, brother, you have to come to the truth. I got to come into the light.
Right.
I have to now, but the more I'm in the light, I'm going to love the truth.
God.
Read that verse again.
Verse 21. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light,
Go ahead.
and that his deeds may be made manifest.
I want my deeds to be made manifest because that's when I get healthier. My spirit is healthier. I'm a better person because this was shown to me. Everybody hate the dentist. When he pulled that tooth out, it ain't there no more. You're like, damn, I don't know how I was living with this pain.
Right.
You was rubbing oil gel, you know what I'm saying? After a while, you say, yo, I have to condition my mind to act like it don't hurt.
Right.
I'm gonna chew on this side of my mouth.
Right.
Right?
I'm gonna make sure I, use some peroxide to wash it out. It needs to get out. Some teeth, this tooth is broke. It needs to come out.
Come.
But it ain't until the pain of him getting it out. Once it's out, you like, damn, what the hell I was thinking, man?
Right.
But a month later, I should have got rid of this tooth a long time ago. I just sacrificed dieting and doing certain shit off. But now once it's off, I'm like, my clothes looking better. I'm like, you know what?
Yep.
The double chin is started. Okay, now I'm getting back to my old stuff now. You know, I'm getting back to my playing days now.
Right.
Got that jawline back.
I'm in the mirror a little bit, like, yeah, you know what? I'm saying the muscles is getting there. I'm like, oh shit. Hey, I look down, and I can see over my gut. I can see what's up. I can see my feet now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting there that bowl of ice cream. I don't even gotta eat just like this because my gut's so big. But it ain't till it's gone that you're able to say, man, I'm able to see the benefit of it.
Right.
But don't nobody enjoy it when you go and do it.
Right.
No. The question everybody having themselves is, am I going to stay the same? Am I going to keep lying to myself and stay the same? Or am I going to step into the light? Am I really going to step into the truth and allow, okay, this is my weakness. This is what's in me. I'm tired of being defiled.
Right.
Yes, the world accepts me this way. Because the church tell you to come as you are. So the world accepts you the way you are all day long.
Right.
We can go to any church out here, it ain't requiring no changes.
Right.
They applaud your individuality. You know what I'm saying? You're an individual. I like the fact that you have a mind of your own.
That's real.
They receive that.
Right.
The most like not in this house. In this house, this is the way. You got to come, like we're reading, we going back into the chapters. When you come into this house, the Most High expected us to be clean.
Right.
From the, if it was how you bathe, you had to come in here clean. Spiritually, you have to come in here a certain way. But you can really watch the power in what the Most High does here when we come together, but clean.
Right.
Now I'm ready to work with y'all, right? What you gonna say?
What would you say, just not to get off the subject or anything, but what would you say if somebody says, the Lord knows who I am, He made me like this?
Go to Jeremiah chapter 7. I'm glad you said that. That was what I was going to. Go to Jeremiah chapter 7 and read verse 2. Yeah, he was right up in there, man. Jeremiah chapter 7. I want you to start at verse 2. You got it? It's all good. Yeah, whoever read it's all good, man.
Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 2.
Read that.
Stand in the gate of the Most High's house.
He said, stand where?
In the gate of the Most High's house.
So everybody is trying to lay claim this is the house of God. You know, yeah, they got to put the G on it. Lord, this is the house of the Lord. So
It's Lord.
this is Lord. This is the house of the. Matter of fact, somebody to go out there and get the big display. You know, you drive through. It's got worship. This got the services on it. It's got the worship, the name of the church, everything.
Right.
Because I got to let you know that this is the house of the Lord.
Right.
So now we're gonna be able to read the Bible to find out who can lay claim to truly having the house of the Lord.
Right.
You got to read it. He said, "This is my place."
Right.
Read on. I start at the top again.
Con. Jeremiah chapter 7 verse 2.
Go ahead.
Stand in the gate of the Most High's house.
Read on.
And proclaim there this word.
He said, and proclaim. We said, we're going to open the Bible up. This is the place we open the Bible. Go ahead.
And say, hear the word of the Most High.
Read.
All ye of Judah.
Go ahead.
That enter in at these gates.
So everybody that come in, you're going to come in and hear the word of the Lord. As we watching, all these churches, I'm supposedly preaching. I done pulled a couple of scriptures. And you don't have a whole lot of my interpretation and my feeling, but I'm going to pull the scripture. You know what I'm saying? But when you come in here, you're going to hear the word of the Lord. You're going to sit down, and we're not going to go off of just how everybody feeling today. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to come up with some uplifting things to make you walk out here and, you know what, man? Preach, preach put it down today, man. Bro, he put it down. Y'all understand? He put it down today, man. I was feeling like this, man. Y'all know the Tyler Perry movies I listen, brother. They be on them. Right. Every movie they in church somewhere, somehow. And it's the dude's worst time. Went to church, he done said something that made me leave me uplifted. But when you come in here, I ain't gonna give you nothing uplifting. I don't got nothing uplifting for you. When you come in here, we can open that Bible up, you finna hear the words of the Lord. This is what the Father expects of you. That's what you finna hear when you come in here. Right. This is God's house. This is the Heavenly Father's place. Right? So you're gonna come in and hear the word. Read on.
Enter in at these gates.
Go ahead.
To worship the Most High.
Read on.
Thus saith the Most High of hosts, the power of Israel. Amend your ways.
He said to do what?
Amend your ways.
So when you come in this place, what are you going to hear?
Word of the Lord.
But you're going to hear amend your ways. How do we hear amend your ways? All of a sudden somebody opened the Bible up and showing you the Most High said this. No, brother, you can't come as you are. Because if I'm telling you that you have to amend your ways, I'm not letting you come anyway. Right. I'm going to show you what about you that you got to now amend. So the first thing you're going to hear when you come into this place, you're going to hear somebody have to tell you, you got to now change this about you. You cover your head. What you mean cover my head? You get your woman, she comes to the door. That person, when she first walk in, hey baby, we going, you got to put that cover in your head. She like, do you know what I just did to my hair this morning? But now you can tell me to cover it? Right. Or vice versa, the brother will come in, he got a baseball cap on. Right. Say, we're going to move that hat, take that hat off. For what? Right. I just look cool in my hat. But I got to amend that. I ain't going my hey, y'all getting together on Sunday? No, we're not getting together on Sunday. That's not the Lord's day. What you mean it's not the Lord's day? Right. The Bible says this, so now this is something now I have to amend. Everything about me, I come in this place, and I can't come as I am. The first thing I have to do when I come to this place is start working on amending. Right. Me, I got to change the way I do things. Right. Read on.
Amend your ways.
Go ahead.
And your doings.
And your what?
And your doings.
I got to change the way I think, the things I do. Read.
And I will cause you.
And I will do what?
I will cause you.
Read.
To dwell in this place.
Then you can come in this place. So you can't come as you are. You can't come any way you want to come. You got to amend your ways. He said, then if you amend your ways and your doings, Now you can come dwell. That's what the Father said. Read on.
Verse 4.
There you go. Thank you. I keep reading.
Trust ye not in lying words.
Trust ye not what?
In lying words.
So for you to tell me that I don't got to change and that I can come anyway and be accepted, that's a lie.
Right.
I can't trust those lying words. If I was expected to come through these doors and not be corrected, amended, that would be a lie. I'd be lying too if I let you sit down.
Right.
And it just came up with a witty sermon to make you feel good and go out there the exact way you came in.
Right.
That would be lying words. Read on.
Saying, the temple of the Most High.
Read.
The temple of the Most High.
Read.
The temple of the Most High.
Go ahead.
Are these.
This is the temple. This is the church. This is the house of the Lord. Those are lying words. Because the way you're going to know that you are truly in the house of the Lord, I had to do what? I got to come in expecting for my ways to be amended. I got to come in expecting that. You are going to now correct me so that as coming into the temple, I come in and I know that somebody's working on me being right with the Most High. Now I'm in the right place. You know what I'm saying? Listen, the floor don't got to be plush. We ain't got to, listen, we don't got to have them 9 steps that you got to walk up to. And we got to add the ramp in. We got to make sure we sitting way up here looking down on y'all. We don't need that.
That's right.
We could have been on the corner with a bullhorn. And I'm going to tell you what, this is the temple of the Most High. Because this is the place you still, when you come over here, I'm still going to be telling you what? Amend your ways.
Right.
This is what you got to change to be accepted by the Father. Read on. What verse you at?
Verse 5.
Go ahead.
For if ye thoroughly amend your ways.
Read that again.
For if ye thoroughly amend your ways.
Go ahead.
And your doings.
Read.
If ye thoroughly execute judgment.
Go ahead.
Between a man and his neighbor.
Yeah. So relationships we worked on. I can't come into the house. You changing churches. Why? Because somebody else did this over here, man. So you know what? I ain't going to that church no more. I'm going to go on over here. The most like, no, you were supposed to amend that.
Right.
When you come here, they're going to be problems. But what we going to make you work on? Amending that.
Right.
You're going to fix that between you and your brother. You know what I'm saying? If there's something you're doing that goes against the commandments of the Bible, we going to do what now? Get you working on that. So that your relationship with the Father is right. So when you're in this place, you come in here and you in the right spirit, cleaned up. This is where you're supposed to be, right? Finish it up.
If ye thoroughly execute judgment between a man and his neighbor.
Go ahead.
If ye oppress not the stranger.
Read.
The fatherless.
Go ahead.
And the widow.
Read.
And shed not innocent blood.
Go ahead.
In this place.
Read.
Neither walk after other gods to your hurt. Then I will cause you to dwell in this place, in the land that I gave to your fathers, forever and ever.
So you look at now, you understand what the Most High has been trying to work on.
Right.
This is the place of. This is His place. This place you was gonna come in and now work to be clean and be put right with the Father. Relationships corrected. The things you worship, you're going to learn to worship what's right. Not the things in the world that I idolize. No, I'm going to learn now how to be right with the Father and I'll worship Him the way He wants to be worshipped. So to answer your question, no, you can't just come any way you want to because you can, but that place that accept that, that ain't the temple of the Most High. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to look at even the fact that even I can put the fringes on and everything else. I can, or put a little Israel in my name, right? Right. Be in church, I put Israel in the name. I got the 12 tribes, but I got them in money order, but they're the 12 tribes, right? You make $40,000 a year, you the tribe of Judah. I can play with it any way I want to play with serving the Father, but you're not going to get around the Most High know his place. Because in his place, this is what you're going to be learning. This is what is going to be worked on in you. But you know what is the truth? Because you know it's the light because not many people want to come into the light. I do want to be told this is the house of the Lord and I can do it this way. So if I want to be a homosexual, I'm going to find a temple that will allow me to be that. If I want to be an adulteress or if I want to be, I'm going to find a temple that's going to allow me to do that. I really don't want to come to the house of the Lord. And it's no different in the truth. Why you got some camps where the brothers are bouncing camps. Why? Because I went over here, they wanted me to change this. And they showed me in the Bible, I had to stop doing that. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go online and I'm going to keep bouncing a few schools and I'm going to throw it at them a little bit. Man, shoot, I'm just going to throw it out there. I got a white wife. She Esau, man, you know what I'm saying? Will you accept this? Well, I'm going to go to the camp that will accept that. I still got that drug habit. And I'm working on it. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to go to the camp to kind of allow that. You might go Muslim, you probably ain't going to find that in no camp. But you know my point is, that is, it's getting like that. But what I'm looking at, I'm saying is that this is how you know you're in the right place. That's my only point. You're in the right place, you're going to get the healing that the Most High has got for you. I just got to keep allowing myself to do what? Come back. Keep coming and working on that. Keep accepting if a brother told me this is wrong. Fine, man. So he ain't saying it for my hurt. He's saying it for my good.
So are you saying that brothers be skeptical of the light? Like if it ain't UV light, I can't step in. If it's a 40-watt light bulb, I can't mess with it. They judge the light. They don't look at the fact that it's the light. They're like, wait a minute, I can't deal with that.
Or you know what they think? They believe that the thing you allow me to do it is spiritual. That's the light. Because you're you know what we call it? We call it being open-minded.
So they compare lights.
God, this one's more open-minded. So you know what? The Lord must be with them because they more open-minded.
They're liberals.
God.
They're liberal-minded.
Jesus is here. You know
the scriptures say they came to spy on our liberties. We supposed to have liberties.
God, man. You see, you know what? Y'all not progressive. Y'all not progressing, man. You're supposed to be changing. Them old ways, we must live by them old ways. The Father's like, well, in my house we live by them old rules.
That's right.
That's why I always keep saying that the Father is truly our Father.
God.
Because you start looking at what He demands, you're like, you know, you can't do what you do at your house, you can't do at your father's house. Walk in your daddy's house just any way you want to. Like we just read. Listen, my brother just said his son, when he come in, I don't care if y'all playing outside, go take them outside clothes off. Right. Go take a shower, then you can get on the bed. Right. Oh, yeah. But let him get his own place. What's he going to do? He going to come and play a ball and jump around that bed. And then, listen, then when he got ringworms, you're like, Dad, I got this big old ringworm on my leg. Yeah. You're going to ask, I went to his house and look, well, no wonder he got ringworms. Look at that nasty sheet. This is what I was trying to tell you about. I was trying to tell you about the dirty sheets. Right. When you know what I'm saying, before you came, but you weren't listening.
The whole mattress is black.
Yeah. But you're not listening. But in the darkness, don't nobody see the dirty sheet.
That's true.
Go ahead, Michelle, please.
You just said that, this got me thinking about, people doing like the dirt at home.
God.
But just think about the dirt at home. You ain't cleaned your sheets at home, so now you got bed bugs. Now you show up to the temple, you got all these bumps over your body, like, man, what's going on with you? Man. And that's what I was able to inspect. Nigga, you live nasty as hell.
God.
You don't wash nothing. That's why you got all these bites all over your body.
No, that's right on point.
As it related to what's going on, to where even now the priests, when they came to the temple, you had to wash.
God.
You had to make sure you bathed. Because you had to present yourself to the Most High. One of the questions online was, Does anyone want to answer? If they asked the question, so the holy anointing oil that was put on the objects, that was supposed to be put on the flesh. No, that one wasn't.
Right.
There was one that was put on flesh.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. This one said it wasn't. Read Exodus 30 and verse 32.
There you go.
Exodus 30 and verse 32.
Exodus.
And I said it earlier. Yeah, this wasn't for the flesh. This wasn't the anointing oil for the body.
You said it was
It was for the utensils of the temple. Raj, 32. Read.
Exodus 30 and 32.
Go ahead.
Upon man's flesh shall it not be poured.
Right.
Neither shall you make any other like it.
Right.
After the composition of it, it is holy, and it shall be holy unto you.
Yeah, this was an anointing oil for the things of the temple.
God.
And for the temple itself, and for the Ark of the Covenant and those things. But we had to. There was another oil that was made. As we read down, that was another anointing oil. Watch, read. Is this it?
34, 35?
Yeah, 34, 35. Yeah, that's where we're at, right?
Yeah, we're at 36 right now.
Right. Go ahead.
34, go back up? Or?
No, just read on. Just read on.
You're on 36?
From 33.
From 33. Count. Yeah. Whosoever compounded any like it, or whosoever putteth any of it upon a stranger, shall even be cut off from his people. And the Lord said unto Moses, take unto thee sweet spices, stacked, and anika, and galbanum, these sweet spices with pure frankincense. Of each shall there be a like weight, and thou shalt make it a perfume, a confection after the art of the apothecary, tempered together, pure and holy. And thou shalt beat some of it very small, and put of it before the testimony in the tabernacle of the congregation, where I will meet with thee. It shall be unto you most holy. And as for the perfume which thou shalt make, ye shall not make to yourselves according to the composition thereof. It shall be unto thee holy for the Lord.
Right, so this one was made to leave at the temple. Wow. Right? To leave in the temple as a perfume.
I just said one thing that I tripped on with this was, I never really understood that there was a difference between the two oils. Because I always thought it was frankincense, myrrh, and cinnamon, that's what we use for the holy anointing oil, along with olive oil, but no, that was for the objects.
That was for the objects.
And that was for cleansing those objects. They did have all the blood, everything that was on them.
Yeah.
But then the perfume for the body, it didn't have no myrrh in it.
Right.
Because if you get like the pure cinnamon,
yeah,
that stings.
Right.
The pure cinnamon,
burns,
cassia, those sting.
Right.
Yeah. But the one that was for the perfume for the body, it was sweet spices and frankincense. I just never tripped on that before. I never really paid attention to that thing before. And there was something totally different for the cleansing of objects and one that was for the anointing of the people.
Yep.
Damn, that's a trip.
Yep. That's why, but what killed me, a lot of people didn't realize that. That's why they try to say that the calamus was cannabis.
Right.
And it was like, first of all, so you're gonna just sprinkle weed through the temple?
Right.
So, and even if that was the case, it wasn't for you to put on your body or smoke or do anything with. It was for the objects of the temple.
It was like pine salt.
Right.
Like pine salt. It was a disinfectant.
It was a disinfectant, but it also had a good smell. Those different herbs, they had antibacterial, antifungal properties.
Right.
Right? Frankincense and myrrh, that's an antidepressant. Yeah, frankincense is an antidepressant. You burn that, it calms you down. It's like got a calming agent. When you read about all the different jasmine and patchouli and peppermint and all these, what's the one? Oregano oil. That's antifungal, bacterial, antiviral. Got another anti-property, but even hemp oil is anti. All these different herbs. Remember, you said he created the herbs for what? Right, for healing, for medicine. Right, if you use them correctly, they would heal you. But it said these things were created good for the godly, but to the wicked they turn to evil. Now you got you smoke it, so you heal one thing, but then you cause yourself cancer in your lungs. Right? There's a reason why you cough when you smoke, because your body is rejecting. Right. So go ahead, finish it up.
Verse 38. Whosoever shall make like unto that, to smell thereto, shall even be cut off from his people. Chapter 31, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, See, I have called by name Bezaleel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah.
Wow.
And I have filled him with the spirit of Most High, in wisdom and in understanding and in knowledge and in all manner of workmanship, to devise cunning works, to work in gold and in silver.
Remember, we talked about this earlier.
Con.
Moses didn't come down and start sewing garments.
Con.
Moses didn't come down and start building the Ark of the Covenant. Moses didn't come down and start just constructing the tabernacle by itself. He appointed men that had the skill set. But how did they get that skill set? I have filled them with the Spirit of the Most High.
Con.
So what is the Spirit? This is the Holy Spirit, right?
Con.
Right. So now when they were filled with the Spirit, they start dancing. They came down, they start dancing, and then the tabernacle was built. They start foaming at the mouth, throwing up, and then all of a sudden garments appeared.
No.
Right? Isaiah 11:11 tells us the Spirit of the Most High is what? Wisdom, knowledge, understanding. I'm going to hit y'all with one more. Check this out. Go to 1 Kings. Go to 1 Kings chapter... No, it's not 1 Kings. It's 1 Samuel. It's 1 Samuel. One sec. Is it? Saul. I gotta get this one for y'all. Where it said that he was changed to another man. No, before that. It's all good. Go back. Damn, I wanted this one. Hold on. I want to give y'all this one real quick. Very, very good scripture. It's 10. Yeah, go to 1 Samuel 10. Yeah, it's right here. It's right here. Go to 1 Samuel 10 and 6. Check this out.
1 Samuel chapter 10, verse 6.
Right?
And the Spirit of the Most High will come upon thee.
Go ahead.
And thou shalt prophesy with them.
Read.
And shall be turned into another man.
You shall be what?
Turned into another man.
See, the Spirit changes you into a different man when the Spirit is on you.
Come on.
That's why when you go back to Exodus, he said he put the Spirit on these men to be able to build these things. Or else what? They would have built to their specifications. Right? They would have built it to their level and standard. But the Spirit, what was the Spirit? The Spirit of, first of all, being able to take direction. Right? Wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Understanding that I got to do this thing the right way for it to last a long time. You can't build it, and you build it. What's the point of building garments for sisters? What's the point of building your husband a beautiful headband that he can only wear for 2 weeks? He tie one string and all of a sudden the whole headband fall apart. It looked good, but what's the functionality for a week? So these things were built. The Spirit was put on these men. The garments, the tabernacle, the Ark of the Covenant, even Noah's Ark, built with a certain level of standard of understanding of knowledge to stand the test of time. Go back to Exodus.
Exodus chapter 31, verse 4. To devise cunning works.
When it says cunning works, meaning it was thought out. The cunning works, you have to think about what you were doing. There was thought put into it. Yeah. Damn, how we gonna construct? Okay, we gotta draw this out like a person that does construction or architecture. You don't just go start slapping bricks together, right? You gotta get your space. Oh, this is the square footage of such and such. Got this land. We want to make it this high. We're going to use this type of material. Most High kind of already put that in their head what they were going to use. We gave them the measurements, but they still had to think about it, how to construct it. Go ahead.
To work in gold,
right,
and in silver,
right,
and in brass.
These different types of metals have different properties You heat one up too much, what happens? Burn it away. Gold can burn away if you heat it up too much. Same thing with silver. Same thing with brass. They have different temperatures of different melting points. Different, you temper them differently with different types of heat. You can mix these metals to make one. Gold is a soft metal, they call it, right? Yeah. I'm not sure. I know brass is a harder metal. So you have to know how to work with these different metals. Go ahead.
And in cutting of stones to set them, and in carving of timber to work in all manner of workmanship. And I, behold, I have given with him Oholiab, the son of Ahishamach, of the tribe of Dan, and in the hearts of all that are wise-hearted I have put wisdom, that they make all that I have commanded thee. The tabernacle of the congregation, and the ark of the testimony, and the mercy seat that is thereupon, and all the furniture in the tabernacle.
So you couldn't be no off cat talking about you gonna build a tabernacle. Mm-hmm. It said they were wise-hearted before he even put the spirit on them. Think about that. So he was dealing with men of good intention. Men that were already of good stature in the community. Remember, he told Moses, find you 70 elders of good report, not covetous, right? That they're going to have good judgment, hating wickedness. So these were attributes that these men already had. Then the spirit was put on them to be able to build. Right. Y'all see that? So you couldn't be a covetous man. Oh, I'm about to go build the Ark of the Covenant, y'all. You probably dropped dead doing that. Right. But you weren't even used. The Most High wasn't going to use wicked hands to build anything righteous. Go ahead, read on.
And the table and his furniture, and the pure candlestick with all his furniture, and the altar of incense, and the altar of burnt offering with all his furniture, and the laver and his foot, and the clothes of service, and the holy garments for Aaron the priest, and the garments of his sons, to minister in the priest office, and the anointing oil and sweet incense for the holy place, according to all that I have commanded thee, shall they do.
Right. Come on, Samuel. Next reader.
Samuel, Sabbath Reading, how would I ban Yasha'Allah?
Samuel, Sabbath Reading, how would I ban Yasha'Allah? I might. Barak.
Yahweh Shem Al-Shabrakatah.
Yahweh Shem Al-Shabrakatah.
Rest my voice. We both can be. I ain't on you, brother.
Where we at?
Exodus chapter 31 and verse 11, right?
Yes. Verse
12.
12. Yep. Verse 12.
Where's the second reader?
Ken.
Exodus chapter 31, verse 12. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak thou also unto the children of Israel, saying, Verily, my Sabbaths ye shall keep, for it is a sign between me and you throughout your generations, that ye may know that I am the Lord that doth sanctify you. Ye shall keep the Sabbath therefore, for it is holy unto you. Every one that defileth it shall surely be put to death. For whosoever doeth any work therein, that soul shall be cut off from among his people.
I gotta say this. I'm sitting down. I gotta say this. Can we go to Leviticus 23:1 real quick? Why did the Most High want us not to work? Because a lot of people want to stress the not working part, but we don't really get the full understanding of why he said not to work. Can we read Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 1? Give me a reader.
Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1.
Go ahead, sir.
And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, concerning the feast of the Most High.
All right, concerning the what?
The feasts of the Most High.
Can somebody give me a definition from the 1828, the Webster's 1828 of feast?
God.
Real quick. Give me the Webster's 1828 definition of feast. And I do want to make this quick, brothers. We are trying to go street speaking today too. So I know that I'm notorious for dragging this out. I'm trying not to go there. We want to handle all of the parties of the Most High, including that eyes shall see that teachers, and we ain't really pushed to a corner no more. So we want to be able to get out into the street today also. But I just want to bring this out real quick because too many people want to make this issue about, yeah, my Sabbath is not supposed to work. The Mother said we're supposed to honor His Sabbath, but what was the purpose of this? And ate together.
Congregation.
I like how, like the point that you're making right now, especially with the pandemic that's going on the outside, because they are trying to like separate gatherings.
Exactly. Exactly. That's the purpose of the coronavirus, all this type of stuff. Nobody gathered together. Matter of fact, they was trying to spread a rumor in San Antonio that the Special Forces military is about to come and I guess dropping parachutes, I guess, in a Red Dawn type of movie type scenario. Now everybody's supposed to stay in their houses and nobody can come outside their house.
Yeah, right.
That's why me, my son are here. Okay, y'all do that. The Most High said gather together. All right, that this is where the safety gonna be at. But read that, please.
It says a ceremony of feasting.
A ceremony of feasting. So this is what the Sabbath was for. So why did we not work on the Sabbath? So we can fulfill this part right here. Go ahead.
A ceremony of feasting, joy and thanksgiving on stated days.
A ceremony of what?
Of feasting.
Of feasting.
Joy and thanksgiving.
Joy and thanksgiving. This is why we were commanded not to work. So we can gather together, come together in a sumptuous entertainment, food, feast, joy, public entertainment. We can enjoy each other's company. This is why we was commanded not to work. For me, a lot of people just read about the Sabbath. Yeah, that means me stay home by myself. No.
Crazy.
The reason that we stopped working is so we can come together and feast. Come together, have joy. Come together in a public situation where many people, read that, what was the first part of the definition?
The first part?
Yeah.
It says a sumptuous repast or entertainment of which a number of guests partake.
A number of guests partake. What's the number of guests that's supposed to partake? I'll make it easy. The 12 tribes of Israel. What you got?
It says in commemoration of some great event.
In commemoration of some great event. So guess what we're supposed to do every 7 days anyway?
Gather together.
Gather together and commemorate that we get a chance to come together. Then we have all the rest of the Sabbaths. Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, First Fruits, Pentecost, Tabernacles, Day of Atonement. I messed up. Memorial Blowing of Trumpets, Day of Atonement, Tabernacles, Purim, Hanukkah. These are the days we're supposed to gather together.
That's right.
And commemorate these great things Most High did for us. So when it says Sabbath, it wasn't about an individual staying at home by yourself.
That's right.
This is about Israel. You don't work so you can come together with the rest of Israel.
Right.
All right. So going back to Leviticus 23:1, if you got me, Ricardo.
God. Leviticus chapter 23, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord.
The feast, the public gatherings of the Lord. The Israelite public gatherings of the Lord. Read.
Which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations.
That we shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Now we know the word convocation, about to take too long, is an official gathering.
Yes, sir.
These are the separate, if we use the word holy, the separate official gatherings that Israelites, 12 tribes, were supposed to be partaking in.
That's right.
And that there was no excuse why you should, if you ain't working, if your manservant ain't working, your maidservant ain't working, your ox, your cattle, if nobody's working, there should be no excuse why you can't come together in this public congregation.
Right, sir.
There should be no excuse why you just can't make it. All right, we should be doing these Sabbaths because this is the as we were just reading in Exodus. This was a sign between us and the Most High. That I took y'all out of Egypt. Y'all no longer serving the Egyptians. Y'all no longer serving this world. Now y'all get a chance to come and serve me together as Israelites.
Right. That's right.
Right? That's what the purpose of the Sabbath was. Not so you just put your sleeping mask on and stay home all day by yourself. Drink by yourself, eat by yourself, whatever by yourself. For real. No. When we were supposed to be separate, we were separate together as a nation.
Yes, sir.
We were separate from the rest of the nations. Not separate from other Israelites.
God.
Not separate from the rest of the 12 tribes. We as the nation were separate from everybody else.
Right.
All right? So I just want to bring that part up real quick. That's what part that just hit me about. I'm turning my mic off.
It's all good.
Let's go back to Exodus. We're going to the street speaking.
Exodus chapter 31, verse 15. 6 days may work be done, but in the seventh is the Sabbath of rest, holy to the Most High. Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he shall surely be put to death.
Hopefully we understand why, because now you don't want to congregate with the rest of Israel.
Right.
So if you don't want to congregate with your own people, then what good are you?
Right.
Yeah.
If the salt is lost as Savior, what good is it? But men traveling, you throw it out.
Right.
You ain't no damn good.
Right.
It was just about you.
Right.
Just about you doing you. The Most High didn't save one individual coming out of Egypt. He saved the nation.
Right.
He said, you're my servants.
Huh.
Y'all serve me.
Huh.
So in serving me, we're not working the 10-day. And remember, coming out of Egypt, the Egyptians had a 10-day work week.
Right.
A 30-day month, a 10-day work week.
Right.
So we were used to having 30 days in a month, but we was used to coming out of Egypt with that 10-day work week.
Right.
So we had to get to the point where the Most High was slowly but surely trying to get us to understand the Most High works on a 7-day work week, not a 10.
Right.
It got towards the end of the 40 years, when we go back and do the history, the chronology, towards the end of that 40 years, that after 40 years, we've had, I need to calculate it real quick. Did somebody do me 39 times 7? No, 39 times 52. Okay, there's 52 weeks in a year. So give me 39 times 52.
Done.
Well, you got it?
2028.
All right, so we had 2,028 weeks
Wow.
of practice that on the 6th day, the Most High gave us double. On the 7th day, y'all sit your ass, stop working.
Yeah.
Over 2,000 times we had this practice. If you ain't got it by now, and you still have to try to pick some extra and do whatever,
Right.
so okay, now you gotta die.
Right.
We've had too much examples. Over 2,000 to get 6 days, double the amount of food, 7th day, chill.
Right.
Right.
After this time, you don't want to get it.
Right.
Now you had to die.
Right.
Now you got to go.
Right.
But now, again, the purpose of the Sabbath was not just for you to stay home and be by yourself.
God.
Or as we get this thing twisted now, we're in captivity. So we got to work on this captivity. We got to work. If you can work it to where you don't have to work, power to Barak Yahweh. But we're in captivity. It's like everybody forgets Deuteronomy 48. We had to go to our enemies for the one of all things. So if you got to work on the Sabbath, you got to work on the Sabbath. But just because you got your body, didn't have your mind. Now, because a lot of people don't work on the Sabbath, but the Most High saying got your mind. Because you thinking about staying at home, being by yourself.
Right.
So just because you keep it the Sabbath, I ain't working on the Sabbath, but where's your mind with the Lord? Are you getting with the rest of Israel?
Right.
So you ain't working the Sabbath, but you still off.
Right.
So let's keep this in perspective. If you can work your schedule to where you're off on the Saturday, right to have working. But it's not about condemning you either, unless you're just doing it just on purpose.
Right.
You're doing it maliciously to keep from gathering with the rest of Israel. Now that is a problem or issue.
Right.
But we're in captivity. Right? We're in captivity. The Sabbath, once again, this is a time for us to commemorate Israelites coming together and in entertainment. It ain't supposed to be done by constraint where I feel bad when I come around other Israelites. I feel uncomfortable being around other Israelites. We're supposed to feel good coming around each other. It's supposed to be entertainment, a feast, a family reunion.
Right.
And we talk about the pork and the chitlins and look, I know what's said about the Jews. I should wait from the beginning here. Look, Benjamin also does with the chitlins also. They call it tripe. All right, so let's.
We do. I shouldn't be there. My bad.
All right. So before we do the other thing, that it's just us black folks in America, this Yankee boys, just let me all the tribes are into that madness.
Cool.
But another custom we have amongst all the tribes. What do we do when we come around each other?
We celebrate.
You eat.
Yeah.
You have something to eat.
Yeah.
What does every grandmother do? It don't care who you are.
Right.
You come out. Have you ate?
Right.
Sit down. Get something to eat.
Right.
I don't care. As big as I am now, my grandmother would see me and be like, "Boy, you look skinty."
Yeah.
That's skinny. It's skinty.
Yeah.
That's skinty, boy. You ate? Get something to eat? Sit down. That's what we do. It's called that down south, the southern hospitality. That you make sure have you ate. Let's go have a meal together. Let's go eat together. It's showing that there's a word I'm looking for, but I can't think of it right now.
Hospitality.
It's just that hospitality. Have you ate something? Come on, get something to eat. I'm sorry?
That's how they done it back in the day.
Back in the day, right. Come on and get something to eat. That was showing hospitality, what have you. That's what we did as Israelites. That's a good thing. That's a positive thing. That's what's supposed to happen. We've gotten away from that. But the Most High's trying to bring us back to that. All right?
Let me say one thing about just glad. One point just popped in my mind that you think about, like you talking about the Sabbath day, you said it was a day of celebration, a day of to come together, but you also use the word commemorate, right?
Right.
So if there was any good, if it was a good news, like say it was a birth in the family, you know what I'm saying, that week, or man, you got a raise in the job, or something happened that was good that week, we were supposed to come and celebrate that. We had to commemorate that, right? It was like this way of always keeping up with each other. No different than in the world we did that. And with Sunday dinner, we got together. It wasn't just about the food. It was about the communication. It was about being around each other, about being together and being able to, hey, if you had good news, you shared your good news. You know what I'm saying? If you had bad news, you shared your bad news. You know what I'm saying? But it was a time to pray together. It was a time to check on each other and everything else. The most stuff like this. Now, I left that day. Y'all come together. This is all that can be done for you together. Right. Commemorate it now. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. We're trying to get street speaking. I'm sorry. Why was Will Smith's "Summertime" such a great song? Summertime. Summer, but it says here it is. We're slightly transformed. Just a little bit of break from the norm. That we all came together and was doing what? There was the barbecue going on. You got your fresh pair of kicks. Right. You got your looking good and everything, and we all came together. Right. And that's what it was really all about. That we got a chance to come together and celebrate. Right. That there be kids running around. It was the old men snapping bones, playing tonk, doing whatever. That there was an entertainment that it was all us. Right. It was why are family reunions until that one uncle gets drunk or the two nigga cousins start fighting or whatever. Yeah, before he gets there, it's a great time. It's a good time because it's family coming together.
We were just talking about something in the car.
This is what we're supposed to be doing every week. And then if we come back and think about it again, with the wealth that we had coming out of Egypt, the wealth we had in the promised land. We were so self-sustaining.
Yeah.
We were so self-sustaining, there had to be a law. Y'all at least come together every 7 days. Because if not, how else would we know what, there was no need, there was no public swimming pool, there was no public schools, there was no public, we all went to the mall, and we got a chance to see each other at the mall.
Yeah.
No. We had so much acreage and had so much wealth, there was no reason to see each other.
Right.
I didn't need you for nothing. So it wasn't like one time I saw you and I need something from you. No. This was now, we had so much.
Yeah.
Y'all just, every 7 days y'all get together. Damn.
And we talking about friendship, bonds.
Every 7 days, friendship, bond. Y'all get together every 7 days.
Yeah, I like it because we touched on the car we was driving up. We was talking about friendships and bonds. But the Most High showing us, I left the way. If it's time to celebrate, remember every week, yes you work. But like any friends, I may not talk every day, but it only took that one day to get together, man. We catching up on everything. You know what I'm saying? Our bond is tight. But if I use this like a service, you know, if I come in, Sabbath day, we read scriptures, and then about 3 o'clock, I gotta go. It's 3 o'clock, I'm on out the door. I done made my way, exit on out, but I tell myself, I did honor the Sabbath day. Well, really, you didn't honor it. Not like you could have, because if you took in whole what it represented, being together, we honored the Father, but we got a chance to reconnect again. And all the days, every week that I come in, I don't connect with my brother and my sister. I don't take that opportunity to connect. And where did you honor it? You read. We did read. But there's more to it that I still got to allow this to happen. And I love the fact that we read about the day-to-day. You think about day-to-day Israel, we had to make the sacrifice in the morning, sacrifice in the evening. We ate with the priests. We dealt on that level. Then come together on Sabbath day. This was that day. This is the whole day. Come in. This one is given to y'all being together. We honored the Father in the morning. What the sacrifice needs to be now. The rest of this day, y'all get together. Commemorate it now. Enjoy each other. Because if we don't, we're going back to work. I didn't get a chance. I never made time to nourish the relationship with each other. You see what I'm saying? Because it was all work. All work. 6 days a week I've been all work. 7 days I don't want to come around. Well, the day you don't want to come is the day that you're not allowing us to be able to now get close, bond, get to know one another. I need to know what's happening in your family like you know what's happening in my family. But this is the place that we're able to do it. Because there ain't no work being thought of now. It's just the relationship between me and you. That was all I'm going to say on that, man. Tell the truth. What was we at?
Exodus chapter 31, verse 16. Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath, to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations for a perpetual covenant. It is a sign between me.
A perpetual covenant. Perpetual covenant. This is the contract between Israel and the Most High. This is the covenant. Y'all gather together in entertainment because we are together. Psalms 133. Look how pleasant, how good, how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. The three things that make us beautiful in the eyes of the Most High: the unity of brothers, the love of neighbors, a husband and wife that agree together. How much better is it if we're meeting every 7 days? I have a brand new daughter on the way, like we had going on, right? Yeah. You got a brand new daughter on the way, but you got a brand new son on the way. You know what? These two might have a little something when it comes out that age. And now their relationship is being nourished even before they actually born. So now it's not gonna be the Eddie Murphy woof, woof, woof. We ain't talking like that. But as much as she said woof, 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 he's like, no, this is my queen. This is my princess. This is gonna be, this is my wife. There's so way I gotta look at her. This ain't my hoe. This ain't my side piece. This ain't my whatever. No, this is something to be cherished, protected, looked after. And this is being nurtured for how many generations? How much stronger were our relationships and our family structure?
Yeah.
If kings of Europe would marry for contracts, this king of France had his son marry the daughter of the king of Germany, to make those political connections. If they did that in politics, how much more do we do that within Israel just for the sake of being Israel?
Yeah.
That we really are family.
Literally.
We really are family.
God.
That we're family.
God.
So if y'all going to war, whatever, no, we going to war.
Yep.
This happened over here, we going together. This happened over there. Come on, for those who grew up for those who had large families, how good it feel that if you was at school and somebody got messed with and you showed up with your family. Don't mess with them Johnsons.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Nah, that's Martha. Nah, you know who her brothers are?
Yeah.
Her brothers and her cousins? Hell no, they crazy. That it was just understood. That was a good feeling. Why do so many of our young people get attracted to the gang life? What does that gang life offer? What does that gang life offer? Family and unity.
Yeah.
But imagine when we had this in righteousness as the whole nation.
Yeah.
So growing up, they would always be like, oh, that's the Sanchez family, that's the Sanchez family. And just like in that hope and just like excitement when they're like, oh man, those are the Israelites, that's SBK right there. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be live. Because we felt that power. When they would say that's the Sanchez family. We had one whole street. We had one road all the way. Now when we get our nation back, man, people ain't even playing.
God.
When we see the fringes on other Israelites, it's just a good feeling. All right, cool. Most High in Christ bless. Cool. You know, but you know what? Your fringes are, or bruh, sis, Yisrael.
Yeah, we safe.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Exodus 31 verse 17. It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days the Most High made heaven and earth, and on the 7th day he rested and was refreshed. And he gave unto Moses when he had made an end.
What refreshed us?
Each other.
What refreshed us?
Our unity.
Our unity. If we already had servants, so we weren't working, so what needed to be refreshed?
Spirit of unity. Our brotherhood.
We didn't work. We weren't working, so what refreshed us?
Just seeing each other, seeing each other.
This public entertainment, this feast.